Hello everybody and welcome back to this FPL Elite FPL watch-along. No idea what happened there. But yeah, so it's just a restart today. Let's get real here. It's just an absolute restart today. I just want to forget everything that happened yesterday. I can have a laugh about the fact that I was just reading the Clockwork Orange script book last night, which was hilarious. I've listened back to it and I was just crying with laughter, especially when you put into the fact that just imagine Alex is Alex Follow. So all you got to do, just put in the fact that Alex is Alex Follow and it just makes it even funnier. I am watching Aston Villa versus Spurs. I've got Danny Boy that's going to be coming on covering the West Ham versus Burnley game. And if anybody's watching this right now that wants to come on to cover the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game, let me know in the chat ASAP so we can bring you onto the Discord, or I can bring you onto Discord, and you can then commentate through what's going on between Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. We have kicked off here at Aston Villa versus Tottenham. It's 6 minutes into the game and nothing's happened. There was a moment where Ollie Watkins was kind of sent through, but nothing of direct interest per se, where any keeper has been tested whatsoever. And it is going to be interesting to see what the single game week players do. I was say single game week players. Basically what a Man City going to do and Liverpool going to do. I'm begrudgingly still backing Man City. Begrudgingly backing them. I don't want to back them. I want Liverpool to win badly. I just have this fear that Man City are just going to nick it but it's a very, 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 very difficult game to call, that particular match. And yeah, it's Jason, I don't know, he's just captain Kevin De Bruyne, or I don't know if he's forgot about it. He can't have forgotten about his team because he's changed his team in the sense of he's selected the specific players playing. So I don't know if he's forgot about his team or not, but at the end of the day, he's got a newborn kid. There's more priorities in life than a hobby. And knowing Jason's luck, Kevin De Bruyne is going to come through with a double-digit haul. Obviously, yesterday I had the brilliant idea of copying Alex Follow. I mean, Alex Follow is amazing at thumbnails, but unfortunately for both him, me and any other Kirkes owners, although we captained, he's not going to be playing in the next game. What's his name? Quatora? Couldn't make it up, could you? The guy that replaces Kirkes is the guy that comes on and scores a goal. Didn't he get an assist as well? Am I going mad? Did he get an assist as well? But yeah, just a very, very, very rubbish day other than Arsenal winning, to be completely frank. Other than Arsenal winning, it's the only thing that came out of it. PM saying, let's hope today is better than yesterday. What are you expecting? Andy, let's talk FPL saying, he's usually amazing at picking captains too. One of the only times well, to be fair, you have to take into account that sometimes his picks do fail. Most of the time, I went through it a few weeks ago, most of the time with Alex's picks, usually what happens is that they get some form of return, or they're like really, really close to getting a return. Like I always use Odebear as an example when he should have been given an assist. I can't remember what game it was. I don't really care what game it was, to be completely frank. But he put out, he basically captained Odebear in a game. And essentially, he should have got an assist, and he didn't. And yeah, it was just one of those moments where Alex would have come through again with, ball put in by Kulusevski, headed away. Where it could have potentially been a massive upswing for him. Unfortunately for him, the assist wasn't given. I have no idea why. I still don't know why. And yeah, Alex missed out on that. But like I say, most of the time with Alex, his random picks normally come through with something. I mean, you take 8 Nuri as an example. Was it last week or the week before? I mean, it's just laughable. It's just absolutely laughable. A player who, when you look through the whole of the season, I mean, as a player, yeah, he does X, Y, and Z from an attacking perspective, but he's got nothing. And then the 1 week where you want your differentials to come through, or in my case, I don't want the differentials to come through. He comes through with a goal, 3 bonus, a clean sheet. And then yesterday he gets did he get yesterday a goal yesterday as well? It's just laughable, to be honest with you. Mr. Reed, you're gonna love Mr. Reed. You're gonna love the fact that I recorded a 2-hour long. Well, it's actually an hour. It's an hour and 45 minutes. An hour and 45 minute long Les Dennis episode. Basically, I'm not going to lie, I was just basically talking about depression and slagging off the FPL community. It felt great. And also talking about, I think the first 45 minutes, I don't even talk about extras. I'm literally just talking about how difficult it is doing Elite FPL and how much I just cannot stand the FPL community. It's just me just riffing about various things that I relate with Les Dennis in that particular episode, about a bloke that's going through depression, and obviously then the following episode with the dullard and Steve Spears, and how Andy Millman himself is then suffering depression because he's at a stage in his life where it's just, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, really? Am I really having to sit with another middle-aged man? We should be at home with our wives or our girlfriends. Instead, I'm here with you. It's just grim. But they're the best comedies, the comedies that you can actually relate with, the comedies that actually you resonate with. They're the best ones. Fella saying I'm on my way to West Ham game prediction, 4-0. 5, 6, 7, 10. You're playing against a team that has no team spirit whatsoever, a bunch of players that are playing out of position, tactics which the players don't want to be involved with. Okay, you may be a bit tired from wherever you were. Was it Germany you were at the other day? And yeah, we may be able to take advantage of the fact that we may put a couple of passes together. But the reality is that you're going to beat us by a minimum of 2-0. We ain't scoring. It's like Sim said on Streamception yesterday, like, we are playing okay. We're playing better than the likes of Sheffield United, that is true. Burnley are playing better than them, but the problem is that when you're not a team, when you're not a coherent unit, when you are individuals playing in a system that you don't want to be part of, and when you are a player in position that you don't want to be playing in, they're the results that you expect, which is just loss after loss after loss. And today's game will be ending in another defeat. I mean, to be completely frank, if West Ham get nothing more than a win out of that game, it tells me more about West Ham and how bad they are. Ball given away by Tottenham. Watkins into Tillemans, block shot. Here's Louise over the top, trying to find Matty Cash. That's a point. No Moreno today. Someone did mention that there could be a big problem with Aston Villa now with Europe, and there will be some rotation. So you guys that are relying on Aston Villa players next week, and we'll talk about that later on Sunday Surgery, but or Sunday funeral, as Alex Vollo has called it this week, because it is a funeral. It is a depressing game week so far. Yeah, we'll talk about the free hit later, but I've been discussing on Patreon all week. It's like they were discussing on Streamception yesterday. You know, pretty much if you've got all the big hitters covered, which differentials, it's all down to the differentials really. Who are those little gems, the likes of Awonyi as an example, or Kulusevski, Maddison, Sarr, Chong. Who else is there that could be a differential next week? Oh, Trafford, yeah. I was hoping, I was thinking of doing a -4 to have 9 players. I'd have Regulon in for Estupinan. But of course, Regulon is now injured. So I'm going to have 7 players. Is it 7 or 8 players? I can't even. Do you know what? I can't even think right now. My brain is completely dead. I mean, after, like I say, after yesterday, when you're having to do these streams, I mean, I said it in the Les Dennis episode this morning. It's, you're at work, you're genuinely enjoying your time at work. You're listening into. I'm an hour behind on Streamception deliberately. Really enjoying Streamception. Turn on the United stand for the Man United game. I turned it off because I was sick to death of hearing Mark Goldbridge just going on and on about the fact that, well, Everton, they're going to score in a minute. Everton are going to score in a minute. We're rubbish. I don't feel comfortable that we're going to win until we score 3 goals. It was just absolute nonsense. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to listen to this anymore. So I just listened into the Jamie Jaster podcast to wait for the 3 p.m. kickoffs. And then just hearing as we go. I mean, I was on my way to Home Bargains. And I just hear that Solanke's getting a penalty, and I just roll my eyes. I just rolled my eyes at Solanke had a penalty, and then the second that I hear both commentators laugh out loud at what's happened, I'm not going to lie, I burst out laughing myself, because that's all you can do. All you can do is laugh. All I could do was laugh at that point. I didn't realise that at that point that Kirkes had been given a yellow card. And when I next started listening into the radio, Aston Villa on a counter-attack at the moment. He's offside, Watkins. Watkins is going to score here, he should do. Fucking hell, boy. He tries to play it into Bailey. Poro blocks it. But he's offside, surely. No way. Was Watkins onside there? Let's have a look here. Douglas Luiz. I think he's offside there. I think he's offside. And Watkins, he should have gone for goal himself. Watkins, okay, unselfish, I get that. He should be putting that in the back of the net. He should be taking that on himself. Watkins should be taking that on himself there. That's poor play from Watkins. It should be 1-0. Well, if it didn't go to, if for argument's sake, if it didn't go to VAR, which it probably would have done, and I reckon he would have just about been offside. But yeah, that's poor from Watkins, from a player of his quality. Just a reminder, if there is anybody here watching that wants to cover the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game, let us know. Who's winning the league this season? Liverpool, Man City, then Arsenal. Actually, no, Liverpool, Arsenal, then Man City. I think that Liverpool, I still want to keep faith with Liverpool. I'm going to still hold out that Liverpool are going to win it. They've got Salah back. He'll score today. You watch. Salah will score today. And then it'll be him along with Gakpo and Diaz, which gives them a bit more oomph. It's obviously not their ideal front three, but at least they've got one of their first teamers up front back now in Salah. Oh no, Darwin's back, isn't he? So it'd be Darwin, Salah and Diaz. So they'd be them three up top. And then I believe Gomez is fit. Is that right? Is Gomez fit, or is it Konate that's fit? One of them two came through okay. So I think that with give or take, with a relatively strong defence, I really do hope that Liverpool come out on top today. Obviously, they've got an important fixture in Europa League, but look, they've won it. They're flaming 5-1 up, and I think Klopp would be a fool to. I think Klopp would be a fool to play a full-strength team against. Is it Sparta Prague they're playing? So he would be a fool for playing a full-strength team. I mean, Van Dijk's bound to start and Salah's bound to start. But depending on how much today's game takes out of them, will be interesting. Matty Cash trying to find a cross there. But I must say, I don't know if it's the way Aston Villa are playing, but Aston Villa are easily on the front foot, and Tottenham have had nothing of the ball. Tottenham have had nothing of the ball whatsoever. It's all just been Aston Villa. I've got this down as 2-2, I predicted. But the way it's going at the moment, I would not be surprised if it's just... Oh, hold on a minute. I need Bailey to blank today because Jason's got Bailey. Bailey, Kevin De Bruyne and Van Dijk as his differentials today. Because Jason got 5 points yesterday, which makes him 6 points clear of me now. Actually, do you know what? I haven't even looked at the mini leagues, to be honest with you. I can't be bothered. I'll look at it now, but Jason's exactly 10 points clear of me. No Senesi. And he's got, Bailey today as a differential. And De Bruyne, Bailey, De Bruyne captain and Van Dijk. But again, I know Jason hasn't even set his team, I don't think. I'm pretty certain he didn't have... Let's have a look here. Oh, he has set his team up. So Jason... Well, basically, Jason has just put Kaminsky in for Fleck, and that's it. That's all Jason did this week, and then he just left his team as it was. I'm surprised he didn't play Darwin over Tony. That's what I would have done. Luca Adams, if you're able to come on to do the Brighton game, let us know. If you can cover the Brighton game, that would be great. Matty's saying, what was the stream about last night? I was taking the piss. I didn't want to talk about football, so I thought, right, I'll read a book about a clock. In fact, I didn't read a book. I literally read the script book. The script book from A Clockwork Orange. That's pretty much it. That's exactly what I was doing, because it's either one, not stream, or two, it's stream and just take the piss and actually do something that makes you happy. It's quite simple. Like I was saying on the Extras podcast today, you're better off doing something that... In fact, it wasn't the Extras podcast today. It was yesterday when I was speaking to my colleague. You're better off doing something that you enjoy than doing something that you fucking hate. And trust me, streaming about something you literally could not care less about is bad enough as it is. So I thought, why not just have a laugh? And for however long, honestly, I was genuinely contemplating. I actually reference Andy here when he said about, have you read any books? But I should really see if in fact, you know what? I'm gonna check now if you can. Oh, Madison squaring up to Louise. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to see if you can buy the Lockstock script book. Lockstock script book. If you can, I'm going to buy it. I would actually buy it. Script book. Let's just see if you can buy it. You can. Oh, you can't. Oh, what a. Oh, yeah. You can. Fantastic. Even though it's not directly the scripts themselves, but it's just word for word from the actual show itself. I say the show, the film itself. £3.66. Ooh, buy one get a second half for 10% off. And Poro's defended well enough to stop Watkins. It's going to be ironic that this is going to end 0-0 or 1-0 either way. Son's my differential on Jason, actually. Son is my differential on Jason today. So I really do need... Talking to Son, he's charging forward at the moment. Kulusevski in support. Gets to Kulusevski. Kulusevski, can he find Sarr? No, he holds up the ball quite well, and the referee's blown up for an offside. Brilliant. Absolutely typical. Nice to see Dan's messaging me. Dan, come live on air. Come live on air and talk about the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game. So you don't want to come on the show then, Nuclear Atoms? Brilliant. Thanks for that. Thanks very much. Eraser saying you missed the deadline yesterday. Brilliant. Afternoon, Gary. Welcome. Gary, if you're able to commentate on the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game, you're more than welcome to. Again, I reiterate this point. If anybody is out there that's watching right now that wants to commentate on the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game, please do. Get in touch. Bailey, wrong option there. He should have been getting... Was that Matty Cash? No, it wasn't Matty Cash. Whoever that was. Oh, ball into Son. Aston Villa... Tottenham scoring today would be... Well, I say icing on the cake. I don't even know who's got any Aston Villa defenders playing today. Ball played over the top to Watkins. Watkins holding the ball up well. Does well. Poro holding him up. Played out to Matty Cash. Matty Cash into Bailey. Here we are, Jason. Ball put across. Scrappy. Fallen down. Got a corner. No. It is a goal kick. Bailey in a lot of space there. Could he have taken a shot on earlier? Could he have taken a shot now? No. Too tight an angle. Lots of Tottenham defenders in the area. And now it can be cleared. Here's Udogi. Oh yeah, Firetog's got all them players, hasn't he? Or did he get rid of them? Did Firetog get rid of all those players? He's got Udogi and Poro on the bench. So next week, Firetog's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Bloody hell. Firetog's going to have 11 players next week. If Moreno plays. Hold on a minute. Mistake at the back. Nearly Kulusevski coming through then. Nearly. Very, very, very nearly coming through there. Just of interest, did anybody captain anybody but Solanke or another Bournemouth player? Anybody captain Morris? Do you know, isn't it funny? I'm sure, in fact, I know Andy will understand this, but all week you talk about Bournemouth players, Luton players, which ones to get. And then when it turns out the way it does, again, we go back to Les Dennis. What is the point? What is the point? I think I did 3 or 4 Patreon podcasts in a row talking about the bloody free hit and game week 29 and what I'm thinking about will happen in game week 28. And everything has just failed miserably. Everything completely fallen flat on its face. It's just awful, isn't it? Oh yeah, Chelsea, Newcastle tomorrow. Should have captained Palmer. Should have captained Palmer. Do you know what? I'm going to deliberately message Dan. Seeing as he's messaging me on WhatsApp. And I'm going to say to him right now, Dan, I'm noticing your notifications coming through. Do you want to cover the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game? He won't. He won't come on. You'll probably watch the Man U game. He'll watch the Liverpool Man City game, but you probably won't watch any of this. He'll be watching Match of the Day 2 tonight. And Udoggy's, is that Udoggy or Sarr just been fouled by Bailey? The fewest touches this match: Digne 10, Watkins 11, Bailey, McGinn, Son 13 touches. Has anything actually even happened in this game? It is just, well, again, it's just one of those where you're just sitting back, and ironically, here's the irony. Is that I would be just listening into Mark Goldbridge while lying on my bed. That's what I would be doing. Instead, choosing to do this, watching a game which, the weather, it doesn't help that the weather for something yesterday was a beautiful sunny day. I nearly got a tan. And yet today it is just miserable. Basically just, oh, hold on a minute, go on, son. Oh, has he been pulled down? No. Get up. Get up. I don't think either team are playing a high line. Well, I think Tottenham are playing probably a higher line than Aston Villa. Certainly, I think Tottenham are playing a much higher line than Aston Villa. Maddison trying to put a cross, well, he does put a cross into nobody. You're a nobody. Watkins trying to get the better of Romero there. Oh, ball nicked by Matty Cash. Go on, Matty, go on. Here's Bailey. Here we are, Jason. Bailey on the ball at the moment, into the box. Oh, has he been fouled? Is that a penalty? Is it a penalty? Did Udoggy foul Bailey then? No. Romero screaming. Ugh, Dan can't come on. Brilliant. Brilliant. Here is Kulusevski. It's all just in the middle of the park at the moment. Wait a minute, ball played over the top. Here's Kulusevski. Can he get across it? And he does. Cleared. So you wanted to copy Alex so much that you captained Kirkes. To be completely frank, it's because Mr. Reed, he captained Solanke, and Mr. Reed is one of the worst FPL managers ever. And everything he does fails miserably. And I asked him who he's captaining. He said Solanke. Which player do you think Mr. Reed brought in yesterday? Yep, he brought Martinelli in for Saka. Oh, God. Madison's just done something. I was just quickly looking at the chat there. But this game really has been absolute, well, I wouldn't say it's been rubbish, but it's been bordering on. It's been bordering on what you flush down the toilet. What, toilet paper? Yeah. Yeah. I think if you're a Aston Villa fan, you'll be a bit disappointed at the fact that you haven't really gotten at Aston Villa again. I know Aston Villa have played quite well. I get that. But Aston Villa have had, I think, the more attacking threat to them. I've seen nothing from Tottenham at all. I think the most threatening player, the most threatening player for Tottenham in the sense of who looks like they actually want to get forward is Kulusevski. The only player I see who actually wants to get forward. Son, like now, does make these oh, he could have played on. And Udogie has just fouled an Aston Villa player. I don't even know what he did. I don't even know what Udogie did there. God, is that it? Is that it? He had a player around the waist and they fell to the floor. And that was deemed as a foul. It is just shit, isn't it? I went Salah captain, so I've got a lot riding on him today. He's going to score today. He always does do really well he always does really well in the big games, especially at home. In fact, to be complete, again, I would not be surprised if Liverpool win and Salah gets the winner. I would not be surprised if Salah has the game of his life tonight. Stupinan is Dilkinson's differential. That's his differential today. I don't even know who my differentials are. Who are they? Oh, yeah, Son. Son, the player that's done. Well, here's Brennan Johnson at the moment. Matty Cash has fallen on the floor. Can he find Son? He doesn't. He tries to find Son, but he didn't make enough of a run. And the ball's been cleared for a Tottenham throw-in. Well, Udogie's going to be taking the throw-in at the moment. Here is Udogie now. 20 minutes before the West Ham Burnley game kicks off, and obviously the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. Again, if you want to come live on air to cover the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game, just let us know in the chat. And you'll be put on Discord. And you can join myself and Danny Boy. Danny Boy will be covering the West Ham versus Burnley game. And the ball's been cleared for a throw-in for Tottenham. Tottenham are slowly getting into this game now. Very, very slowly. Nothing too threatening. Aston Villa have are kind of realising this and are kind of defending, I wouldn't say deep, but defending well enough where Tottenham are finding it a struggle to get those through passes through. Here's Udogie now. Here's Sarr into Madison. Madison out to Kulusevski. Good ball, good ball, good ball. Oh, good challenge there by McGinn. Oh, Digne, sorry. Digne. Obviously, next week it's West Ham versus Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa get through that game. Aston Villa, they do all right away from. When I say that, they do all right away from home. I'm pretty certain that it's kind of like a. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at Aston Villa away from home this year. They are, once this advert gets removed. Again, I'm sure people get it with other websites, but these adverts on websites are getting beyond parody now. Aston Villa away from home, 1-7, drawn 3, lost 4, scored 24, conceded 22, haven't lost in the last 4 games. In fact, they've only lost once in 6 away from home, which was away at Man United when they lost 3-2. Last 3 victories, 3-2 away at Luton, 2-1 against Fulham, and 5-0 against Sheffield United. So over the last few days, the last few away matches, they certainly like to score a lot of goals. Whereas West Ham at home, well, was a very similar record actually to Aston Villa. But West Ham like to play at home. Apart from their 6-0 loss to Arsenal, they had a 1-1 against Bournemouth, 0-0 against Brighton. They beat Man United 2-0. They beat Wolves 3-0, and they beat Brentford 4-2. So yeah, I think that could potentially be quite an interesting tie. Of course, they've got they both got their European matches this week. Both in the balance. Both. Well, I don't. Is it 0-0? Is it 0-0? Aston Villa game. Whereas West Ham are losing 1-0. Talking of Aston Villa, they just lost the ball. Kulusevski on the ball at the moment. Maddison did well there to get it to Udogie. Udogie out to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson charging forward, taking on Matty Cash. Gets a cross in. Martinez. Oh, you triple captain him, did you, Paul? What was the triple captaincy on Solanke then? What actually was it? Just 0? Is that all that happened? Did he just get 0? You could easily look, Steve. Yeah. It's just, I just find it quite preposterous that all week, take someone like myself are just basically saying that Bournemouth are rubbish at home, Bournemouth are rubbish at home, Bournemouth are rubbish at home. We still bring in Bournemouth players. And what happens? They do rubbish. It's just laughable. It's legitimately laughable. You couldn't make up double games. It's the same as the last one that happened with Liverpool and Man City. Hold on, son, into Brendan Johnson. Well, Tottenham back on the attack again, but Aston Villa have reshaped, regrouped. His son out on the left. Is Udogie into Sarr? Now Tottenham are just going to play it around for a bit. Yeah, it's like the Liverpool man. Oh, hold on a minute here. Aston Villa on the break at the moment. Ollie Watkins charging forward. Going to get a shot away. He can't. Oh, it's blocked by Romero. He should have got that onto Tielemans. He should have passed to Tielemans. Tielemans was there to his left-hand side. He should have got it onto him. He really should have done. But remember, Ollie Watkins at home is crap. It's away from home where he always seems to do quite well. For some weird reason. It's like with a lot of players. They seem to do better away from home. Or vice versa. It's like, who was it? Bowen? Was it last season with Bowen? Walk in! Oh! Digne there. Very, 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 very close. Short corner taken, ball played out to McGinn, I think that was. Digne with a, well, basically hit him on the smack. Yeah, McGinn, Digne, it looked like more like he was smacked in the face with the ball and it just goes past the post. Oh, Son's easily found. Oh, blocked out again. Good defending. Here's the, Louise has just given the ball away. Here's Udogie. Go on, lad. Out to your left. Here's Brennan Johnson. Into Maddison. Maddison. By the way, watching this game, there is no players here whatsoever that I'm looking at other than as a potential differential in Kulusevski. If you want a differential so far watching this game, it's Kulusevski, and that's half time. It's Kulusevski. Right, I'm going to look at the team news for the West Ham game. Let's have a see what the team news is. Unless... well, assuming that whoscored.com... no, they haven't. Brilliant. They haven't actually updated. How frustrating. Right then, what I'll have to do then is go on X. Let's find out what the West Ham team news is. Let's find out from Ben Dinnery. Where is Ben Dinnery? Let's just search him. Ben. And it'll be Danny Boy that's covering this game. The Clarets are unchanged from last week. Trafford, O'Shea, Taylor, Burgess. Oh good, Assignon, Coutinho, Fofana, Cullen, Esteve, Larson and Odegaard. Jesus Christ. Great. For West Ham, Areola, Cafal, Mavropanos, Edouard, Cresswell, Phillips, Susek, Ward-Prowse, Paqueta, Kudos, Bowen. For Brighton, it's Verbruggen, Dunk, Gross, Moda, Labour, Adingra, Ferguson, Van Heck, Estupinan, Fati and Veltman. Veltman? No. And for Wolves, we got Sells, Williams, Gibbs, Whitewood, Toffolo, Dominguez, Yates, Origi, Danilo. Oh, no, Awani. Damn. Amu Bamedeli. Murillo. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Kicker's doing a Harbour Boy. Solanke slipped on the pen. If he scored, the result could have been different. It's like Homer Simpson says, yeah? And if I slipped on a bar of soap in the bathroom, I'd be killed. No shit. Revolt me saying this game has been shocking, Steve-O. Again, stating the bloody obvious. Cameron saying people getting distracted by selecting obscure double game week players like Doherty instead of keeping it simple. What did you do then? What did you do, Cameron, that's any different from most people? What did you actually do yourself? If you brought in a double game week player, then you're just going against what you just said. If however you went with bringing in, I don't know, Bowen, and that's it. Well done to you. Thomas saying this game is very cagey. Hope we can get the 3 points. It is. If it ended as a draw, it'd be a fair result. There's been no clear. In fact, there hasn't been a clear-cut chance. In fact, I don't think Martinez or Vicario has done anything in this game. Will I be doing a watch along? No, forget it. I'll be watching the volley. In fact, watch the volley with Matt and Dan. That's all I'll say. Watch the volley with Matt and Dan, who will be covering the Liverpool versus Man City game. Finn saying he benched Garnacho. That is fantastic. Same as Cy Bellamy. Cy Bellamy benched Garnacho as well, and he's a Man United fan. Think about that. He's a Man United fan. That's how bad Cy is. Is there anybody here that wants to cover the Brighton versus Nottingham Forest game? Freddie's saying honest predictions regarding Liverpool. What does that mean? What does honest predictions mean? I sadly think that Man City may nick it, but I can't. I find it very difficult to call. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool were to win it, just win it. In fact, you know what? No, I'm still going to stick with the result, but Liverpool at home are phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal, and I really, 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 really hope that Liverpool win. That's all I care about, Liverpool winning. In fact, when Van Dijk scored against Chelsea, I went absolutely ballistic that they won. It was almost like I was actually a Liverpool fan. I was so happy that they won. Same with Arsenal. I was so happy that Havertz scored that goal, winning and getting them top of the Premier League. I was really, really overjoyed at that, of what happened. What a terrible game week yet again. Didn't follow the herd by bringing any double game week players. Hope Gross and a Stupinan pull up. I think that game's going to be... What did I put? 3-2? No, I put 2-1 to Brighton. I think Company's problem for your lot is that he expects out of the players how he himself would perform. No, it's not. It's got nothing to do with that whatsoever. It generally has nothing to do with that, PK7. It's the fact that he's trying to play a system that we played last year, but with players that can't play that system. It's perfectly simple. And when you're getting rid of players... which played in that system really, really well and don't get given an opportunity, or you bench those players and don't give them an opportunity, and then you play players out of position, it's just a continuous cycle of misery and death and disappointment, and it just sucks. He is saying he's listening in from Australia. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Why are you doing this? Why? Why are you wasting your life listening to this? I got rid of Garnacho for Bowman for a hit. Yeah, Bowman's going to be blanking. Mr. Scruffy's saying that people are annoyed by their double game week players after the first game but forget it's a double game week. Well, yeah, but you're kind of hoping at the fact that, you know, playing at Sheffield United, the worst team in the league, they do nothing. Bit frustrating. And then ironically, they're playing against a Luton team who I would not be surprised beat Bournemouth. Freddie asking, who do I support? Well, I've just been slagging them off for the past 5 minutes. Burnley. Let's get on Danny Boy. Let's actually hear a different voice because I'm sick to death of talking. I've already spoke for 2 hours about extras, and now let's bring on Danny Boy. Hello, Danny Boy. You just need to... Well, you've done it. Hello there. Bring him back on. Hello, Danny Boy. Danny Boy.
Can you hear me?
Mate, you sound more miserable than me.
Can you hear my voice? So, am I good?
I can hear your voice. I'm just saying you sound more miserable than me.
Yeah, fantastic. I was worried it wasn't going to work there. Yeah, but I'm excited to cover this because I'm a big fan of the content, by the way. The podcasts and the...
Why?
And videos.
Why? You're in a state of suicide thoughts like me, are you?
No, I was listening to your podcast yesterday, and there was one about you got fan mails, and I agree with a lot what you were saying.
All right.
How you're relatable. And, yeah, I just enjoy listening to you because just a lot different to a lot of FPL content creators. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was listening to Let's Talk FPL.
Be warned, Andy is here, you know. That's true.
Yeah, the official Let's Talk FPL guy. He was probably my favourite FPL content creator, but I got a bit boring because they're all the same. Do you know what I mean? It's all the same stuff, and it's just refreshing listening to you and Jason. Something different.
Oh, thank you. I mean, me and Jason appreciate the kind words. Look, at the end of the day, we are, as I keep banging on about, we're just a real channel which just represents, I'd like to think, what people are going through. And at the end of the day, this is a journey in which me and Jason have brought together a community which I'd like to think they understand the story, what me and Jason are going through. And when we're not feeling good about things, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we're enjoying it, because we're not.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, oh, I'm so happy that Solanke did nothing. I'm overjoyed that Kirkhead's got 0. No. I can't be bothered to talk about it, mate. I generally can't be bothered to talk about it. But talking of, what I want to talk about is this West Ham versus Burnley game. What are you predicting for that?
Well, my initial predictions was 3-0 because of how terrible Burnley have been. But it wouldn't surprise me if they nicked a goal, Burnley. I don't know what it is. It's just, see these games where you're predicting such an obvious clean sheet, like such an obvious 3-0. It wouldn't surprise me if Burnley nicked a goal, but I'll stick with 3-0. I think Bowen and Kudus will be too strong for Burnley. And,
yeah, Kudus is somebody I'm kind of worried about hearing you telling Cy Bellamy that well done, you've got another attacking return in a 4-0 win where Kudus has got 1 goal and 2 assists, and his player Kufal has got his clean sheet and maybe even assist himself, whereas Bowen, who I brought in, does absolutely nothing. I mean, it's going to be interesting to hear from you because you're, in theory, almost like a spy looking at the blank game week players that are going to be happening. I mean, question for you, are you free hitting next week?
I'm not, because I like to say, see the way I play FPL, it's completely different to normal people. Like, I've got a terrible rank. I just kind of play for fun, and my team's set up so that next week I've got 11 players because obviously a lot of the players that don't blank next week are players people don't want in general for the weeks after that. But my team's pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's not very good. But I enjoy playing that way. Like, I've got players like Wisa in my normal team, and players like let me see. I've got Tony, who I quite like. I've got Ross Barkley. I've even got Andros Townsend just because I like him, and Ryan Christie. I mean, it's just I play players that I like, and the team looks strange though. My plan is to ride through and not free hit next week and use my free hit in game week 34. I think there'll be a lot of doubles that week that a lot of teams doubling that I won't have, like Man U. Obviously, if the cup results, if the FA Cup results go the way people expect, like if Liverpool beat Man U, in the it happens as people expect, and I should be free hitting game week 24 or 34, sorry.
So how many players have you got for next week?
Well, I have 9 right now, so I'm gonna need to take a hit to get 11. Like you said, I think you were planning on bringing in Reguilon, but I don't know. I just looked up on Twitter there and I seen a quote from Thomas Frank saying that it's a minor injury and he should be fit for the Burnley game.
Okay.
So I'll probably bring in Reg. Yeah, hopefully I'll bring in Reguilon, and I like Morgan Gibbs-White, so I'll bring Gibbs-White. Got good fixtures after it as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at a Nottingham Forest player for next week, and certainly Awonyi was the one that I was thinking, but Gibbs-White or Elanga are the two. The fact that Awonyi isn't playing today, I'm just like, right, just avoid him like the plague. So it will be probably a Nottingham Forest midfielder just for the. But then again, I say that there's no one that I want to get rid of, so it will have to be a striker for me next week if I really want to push it. But the fact that you said Regulon could be okay, as what you said.
Yeah, I seen a quote from it. It was a Twitter account called like FPL News or something. I don't know how reliable they are, but it was a quote from Thomas Frank saying that he should be fit for the Burnley game. So,
Well, let's hope that comes through then.
yeah, hopefully. I think Gibbs White's definitely the most nailed on midfielder. I think I was a surprise seeing Elanga, Iwanyi and Hudson-Odoi all benched. It was a shock. All three of them at once is weird, but
how are you watching? How are you watching today's game? TV, laptop?
I'd rather not say. I've got a wee box in my room.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
So you're watching on a 50-inch plasma screen then?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm watching on a telly in my room. I'm just sitting in my bed. To be honest, I would be sitting in my bed watching the game anyway. So I thought it would come on.
It will be interesting to see what players shine for you from either West Ham or Burnley potentially. You know, Burnley could be some miracle and win today, and there could be some players that you think, you know what, Steve-O, this particular individual standing out. What do you think? And you just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, is it Audibert? Is that how you pronounce it?
Odebear, yeah.
Yeah.
Alex follows, mate.
Really tricky. Yeah, he looks really tricky and fun to watch, so he might be a player I bring in just for a fun pick. But probably not, though. Saying that, there is a Burnley player, after all.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it here, and the players that I'd be looking at from a Burnley point of view would be Trafford, just for a goalkeeper to have next week if people are kind of struggling which goalkeeper to have. We have just kicked back off the Aston Villa game. Odebear, like you just mentioned, he is definitely one. And I'll tell you what, Vitinho will be, I'm assuming he's classified as a defender in the game. He's playing out of position at the moment. He likes to get forward a lot, and I guarantee today he'll be wanting to get forward. And if he impresses you today, and Vitinho is classified as a defender, if he does well today, Vitinho could be a massive differential. I was really impressed with him and his link-up play with with Maatsen, with him and Maatsen and him and Teller last year, linked up really, really well together. And I think that he could be somebody to possibly look at if he does well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. If he's playing more attacking, he's classed as a defender, then that was a good option. He's probably
Aston Villa just given the ball away. Son has just... Oh, Jesus Christ. Have you watched this game, just of interest, this Aston Villa game?
I have, yeah. On and off, though. But yeah, I watch basically as much Ange as I can. It's just really entertaining to watch Spurs. Yeah.
Who do you support?
Well, I was born into a Celtic supporting family, but it's weird because I watch a lot of Celtic games, but I'm not necessarily passionate about any one team, but I absolutely adore Harry Kane.
All right.
This is ironic, right? I'm Scottish, and my favourite player ever is the England captain. I don't know how that happens, but I love watching him.
There must be a reason why you like him. There's got to be something that's happened.
Yeah, I think it's just how, I don't know, he plays differently. See the way he drops back, just how clinical he is. And I think he's underrated in so many ways, and he gets so much criticism, undeserved criticism, and it kind of makes me like him more. I can't necessarily explain why I like him more than anybody else, but I don't get it. But I watch all these games, and I just love the way he plays. My favourite player.
We got a bit of an issue with
basically.
Tottenham. I think it's Van der Ven has gone down. It's definitely gone down, and it looks like I forget his bloody name. I'll always forget his stupid name, but the player that's going to be taking over him is going to be coming on, basically. So Van der Ven is almost certainly going to be coming off. While I'm looking for that, how's the game so far between West Ham and Burnley looking?
Burnley made a decent start. They had a decent attack, but there's a penalty shout right now for West Ham because Aston bent down to try and chest the ball and it might have hit his arm. But,
What are you thinking?
For offside anyway.
No, it would have been offside.
So, yeah. It was a close one.
Was it a handball?
It wasn't. I just seen the replay there. It was Bowen was calling for it, but desperate appeals. I think it was clear hit his chest.
And it's Dragusin coming on for Van der Ven. Dragusin has come on for Van der Ven. Yeah, so
watched Dragusin for Genoa this season and he impressed me. I don't know what game I watched him for, but I watched a Serie A game and he was really good for them. So
what has he come here on loan? Has he?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I think it's a loan deal from Genoa.
Kulusevski's done really well there. Ball played in, got a goal. Goal, Maddison. Ball crossed in from, well, it's no FPL assets. No one's got these players. Yeah. Is that Sarr or Basuma, number 29? Or is it you, Doggy? Sarr. Sarr with the assist. Maddison goal. And it's just
FPL and he's benched Maddison.
What?
I'm saying my dad loves FPL. He'll be raging because he benched Maddison.
Who did he bench him for?
Probably a double game week player, honestly. Probably like Barkley.
Jesus Christ. Well, great play by Kulusevski there. I mean, it took an unfortunate deflection, but it somehow found its way to Sarr. Sarr puts the ball in. I mean, Maddison puts his leg out. 1-0 Aston Villa. And I'll tell you what, Martinez owners will be absolutely gutted because Tottenham have not had a snip in this game. And then out of nothing, Tottenham have gone and... Oh, wait, it's gone to VAR. He's onside, for God's sake. I don't know who they're checking for offside here. I have no idea who on earth VAR are checking for offside here. The goal seems... yeah, it's a goal. It is a goal.
So sick of VR.
So James Maddison with the goal. Brilliant. Absolutely bloody brilliant.
Burnley have been a decent start here, by the way. It's been mainly them.
Connor, I was just talking about the fact that I'll be watching. Are you going to be on the volley this week? Connor, are you going to be playing on there? Let us know in the chat. Andrew Fergus saying, have I missed anything? No, just turn the stream off and just listen to something else. Seriously. Long range effort coming through. Oh, Bailey, by the way, Jason, if you're listening in, which I know you're not. Bailey had an effort. Did nothing. Shaz saying, why is it so hard to say Man United and few keep saying Man U? I think people have called Man United Man U for about 25 years. Hold on. Oh, Doggy there. He's a player potentially to be looking at next week. Udogie. I mean, they're up against Fulham. A team which, do you know what? I'm probably going to predict Fulham to beat Tottenham next week. I think that Fulham, the way they are at the moment, certainly this game's live enough. The way Fulham are playing at the moment at home, I don't think they're going to have any problems worrying about someone like Tottenham. They seem to do okay in London derbies. Again, their home record is absolutely phenomenal. I think they've only lost once this season, Fulham. No, they've lost 5 times at home. They've only... Goal! Brennan Johnson. Just as I'm looking at Fulham's record at home, Brennan Johnson scores. I have no idea who got the assist because I wasn't even looking at the bloody TV. There we are. Another FPL asset. Oh, wait a minute. 2-0 to... Well, this is good for my Sky team. Who got the assist? Please be Son. I don't know who got the assist for this. Here we go. So, Aston Villa defender plays the ball. Go on, into Son. Please play it into Son. No, he doesn't. He plays it back. Kulusevski onto Son. Son. Yes. Son assist. Oh, I'm catching Jason by 3 points. Oh no, wait a minute. He's got Bailey, hasn't he? So I've caught Jason by 3 points. Game on, Jason. Game on, my friend. I just need Son to score and I can overtake you. Well, Brennan Johnson, he did well in the...
Oh, there's been a goal here, by the way. Detro Fofana, absolute screamer.
Fofana?
Right corner.
Fofana?
Absolute.
Oh!
Absolute screamer.
Oh, excellent news. What happened there?
Fantastic goal. I mean, honestly, I was listening. I'll look again, but it's been mainly Burnley this game, by the way, this first 10 minutes.
Good.
Been playing really well. I'll need to see the goal again, but as I looked up, honestly, you need to see that strike. It was fantastic.
Oh, Fofana on loan from Chelsea at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, get in.
Yes.
Talk us through it.
Dispossessed is somebody in the midfield, is it? Yeah, he gets past. Oh, that's too easy. He gets past Aguerd and Phillips in midfield. They don't stick a foot in. It's not great from them, and he just absolutely smacks it in the top right corner from like 20 yards.
Fantastic. No sign of VAR or anything?
Oh no, surely not. It was just, it was a perfect goal. Perfect strike.
God, something to smile about.
Yeah, you'll enjoy that one in the highlights. You can only see that.
What in the 5-1 loss?
Yeah. West Ham will turn it on now as soon as they're losing.
Well, usually what happens with us is that we seem to, the second we score a goal, seem to our heads... I don't know why. It just seems to get to us where we seem to feel like we're invincible, and we just forget all concentration and concede another goal. We concede a goal quite quickly. So hopefully over the next 5 minutes or so, we can hold on to this 1-0 lead and actually maybe compose ourselves. But if we can just continue playing the way we are, but the fact that we're 1-0 up, I mean, it means nothing in the relegation race because we are going to be relegated. But a win's a win.
In the way they play, like the fact they've got nothing to play for, maybe they'll be a bit more relaxed.
Yeah, I don't think that at all. I just make the point
find that with some teams. Like, I think Stoke, I think it was years ago, I remember or Aston Villa, they were like guaranteed to go down, and they just started playing a lot better just because they had nothing to play for.
Well, I know that a lot of the Burnley fans were saying that last week's performance was a lot more like Championship season, which admittedly I've watched Burnley 3 times this year, and if that was what was close to our Championship winning team last week, then I'd hate to think what the hell it's been like all season, because what I've seen of us has been absolutely atrocious. But we got some substitutions here. Diaby and Moreno. Firetog, I know he's not listening, but Moreno's coming on, and so there's 3 substitutions coming on for Aston Villa right now. Definitely Diaby, definitely Moreno. So Lenglet is coming off. No idea who that is. Do not recognise him at all. We'll clarify who the substitutes are, but Moreno is definitely coming on. Tielemans has come off for Diaby. Diaby, he's a player that's fallen off a cliff. Oh, Digne. Digne's coming off for Moreno.
It's funny because Bailey and Diaby, they've been battling now throughout the career. Like, see at Leverkusen, they were competing for the same spot as well. So it's interesting that they're doing it at Aston Villa.
It was Zaniola. That was the player, the other player that came on, the third player. Yeah, Diaby, he's somebody that started this season off so well, but for whatever reason, would you have any knowledge as to why Diaby just seemed to be dropping off? Any knowledge at all?
Not really. I mean, I know he had a good start to the season. I remember I had him in my team for the very first game week back. I can't remember. No, I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah.
I remember Jason owning him for the first several weeks where he was doing really, really well. Aston Villa have just taken a free quick really, really quickly. Bailey putting the ball in, blocked, really well defended. Really well defended.
Against Burnley, actually.
Say that again?
At Turf Moor. He had a good game at Turf Moor, Diaby.
Yeah.
Earlier in the season.
Most players do have good games at Turf Moor. I think we're one of the worst teams at home this season, I believe. I think we're just below Sheffield United. Let's have a quick look here. So, come on. Load up here. Talk amongst yourselves while this loads up. Here we go. Right, at home, we are the worst team. Scored 13 goals, conceded 34. Although Sheffield United have conceded 42 and scored. That is diabolical. That is appalling when you look at it. Just quick look at the chat here while there's nothing really going on. Kickoff is not happy at the fact that his double clean sheet has been wiped out. I'm assuming he had double West Ham. Here's Maddison. Trying to squeeze it through the middle, couldn't. Lucas Dunn, it's back to reality. No clean sheet for me. Shaguer's happy at the fact.
Calvin.
No.
I'm just saying, I don't think Calvin Phillips could have been a worse start to his West Ham career.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? It is quite incredible that this is a bloke who, was it first game he was sent off, or no, his first game he gave away a goal.
Yeah, so thank you.
And then the second game he got a red card.
Yeah, I think so.
And then ever since then well, I don't know for fact, but has he actually appeared in a winning team for West Ham?
I know he was part of the team for the Everton win, but I don't know if he probably came on as a sub that game, I think. He was partly at fault for that Burnley goal. It's just him and Aguero just pathetic defending, to be honest. Really poor.
Well, I'm just going to quickly look at the team in Jason's team here. So, yeah, Jason has got 2 points from Bailey, and there's still 30 minutes to go in this match. Obviously, Bailey's a key man for the likes of Aston Villa, whereas I've got, of course, the extra point for Son, so 6. I've actually caught Jason up by 4 points as it stands right now, so that's what, now the lead is down to 6 points, Jason, but he's still got Kevin De Bruyne and Van Dijk for this afternoon's game ahead of me, whereas, in fact, has Jason got Palmer? That's a question. Has Jason got Palmer? No. Oh wow, Jason doesn't have Palmer in his team. And he's got Kaminsky and Doherty for the double, and then he's probably, I'm guessing, going to use his free hit for 29 because he's got basically next to nothing. Oh, Zaniolo there trying to find Diaby or Watkins. Here is Douglas Luiz, plays it out to Bailey. Bailey, is Diaby offside? Yes, of course he is. Of course he is. What's West Ham's retort since Burnley scored, Danny boy?
They've definitely upped their game a bit, but they've still not been threatening enough, to be honest. Bowen hasn't been in the game much, and I looked like the most likely to score, but they've not been great. Sure, they'll pick up though, to be honest.
Well, it's been, 21 minutes. I'm sure it will be. Denver saying, afternoon, what have I missed? Absolutely nothing, Denver. Unless you own Son, you've missed absolutely nothing. Oh, and the fact that if you've got any West Ham defenders, they've already conceded a goal. Thanks to Fofana, who scored. Andrew thinking that this Spurs-Villa game is end-to-end. I don't know what game you're watching, Andrew, but it just for me feels like it's just Spurs looking for that third goal. I'm not really seeing much of an end-to-end game. Unlike, say, with last week with, well, certainly the first 10 minutes between both Manchester clubs, where it was seeming like it was quite end-to-end. But then after 10 minutes, it kind of just died off. In the Brighton game, it's still 0-0. You just know that there's already 2 yellow cards in that game already. Dominguez and Omu Bermadeli have got yellow cards for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are a team that I think are just away from home, are just looking for draws. Hence why next week with Luton, I think... hold on a minute here. Aston Villa. Ball given away by Tottenham. Moreno, Zaniolo. Oh, great defending there. Bloody hell, Zaniolo was in there. What a result this will be for Tottenham if they end up winning this, which I think they will do. I know there's a lot of, hold on a minute here. Brennan Johnson not happy, and now all of a sudden he's pushing McGinn for no reason. Here we go. What's Martinez? I've forgotten his name. Unai Emery is holding McGinn back. It's all kicking off here. It looks like it was a foul on Udogie potentially. Surprised Brennan Johnson doesn't get a yellow card for aggressive, genuinely for aggressive behaviour. Here's a red card. John McGinn has been sent off.
Oh, wow.
Again, I don't know why, because I was checking something on the laptop. Why is he walking that way for all the tunnels there, isn't he? Here we go, right. Udogie on the ball. He's coming forward, and John McGinn just basically... his knee deliberately collides into Udogie's knee. There's no high leg or anything. It looks like, in America... Not that I know anything about American football, but... American football, how you can just literally just tackle someone for the sake of tackling them. That's what it seemed like there. It's just McGinn's come out of nowhere, kind of thrown a high knee out towards Udogie, and he's just collided with his knee, and that's it. Red card. It is a straight red. Well, in the sense of it's literally been given as a straight red. I don't... Again, this is just me. I don't really see what's happened here to be given a red. A yellow card... Yeah, I think. But a red card for that? I mean, there's no stud showing. It's just... it's like he's gone to kick the ball, but he's kind of... his knees kind of connected with Udogie's knee. It would be very painful. Say that again?
He's arguably the most important player for them.
He's probably been the most standout player for Villa today.
Yeah. Amazes me. I mean, I watched him back when he was at Hibs, because obviously I watched the Scottish League a lot, and I could tell he was going to be some player, I think, and he could have went to Celtic as well. I'm raging he didn't go there, but yeah, I've been following him for years, and he's some player.
Yeah, he does a job. I remember him when they were relegated to the Championship. He was one of the key performers for Villa that year for their title-winning season. And then, of course, this season he seems pinnacle integral. A bit like Douglas Luiz, really. He seems to be the integral part to the machine. And, well, Unai Emery, he's made most of his substitutes. I think he's still got 2 substitutes left, I think, but now Tottenham can just lay off the gas, just play their game, and just see if they can get a third goal. Aston Villa are going to have to try and hope that Tottenham make a mistake and they can capitalise on it, but now it just seems to look like Tottenham will be ending up winning this game, which means they'll be on 53 points, still behind Aston Villa, but they'll be on 55 points, Aston Villa. Whereas if Aston Villa were to win today, there'd be a game in hand over Man City, and they'd be on 58 points, Man City on 62. But Aston Villa have actually got a game in hand over Tottenham. So actually, if Tottenham can win their game in hand, they go above Aston Villa. So yeah, very, very tight at the top here. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to be watching the Liverpool Man City game?
Yeah, I'll have to. It's just such a big game. Can't miss that one. Yeah, I'm just really hoping Liverpool can get a result, because I'm not a big fan of Man City, and I just love Klopp. Just love his style of football and stuff. So, and I could like you said, I could really see Salah having a brilliant game and scoring the winner. It's the type of games that he performs in. I'd love to see him do well.
Ferguson saying that's a red. No attempt to win the ball there. It's a bad challenge. No intent for going for the ball. It's dangerous. He's gone nowhere near the ball. 100% red for me. Knew what he was doing. Didn't go for the ball. 100% red. Gone in with full intention there to hurt him. I just think you're all being soft. He's gone to do him, but nothing like... It's not like a fly kick. I mean, I have seen worse this season. Papa Sarr's coming off for Bentancur. I've seen worse this season that have been given just yellow cards. I think half the time it's Man City players as well. What's happening in this West Ham game, Danny?
I mean, it's not a particularly good game. They're kind of, as I said, since the goal, West Ham have been the better team, but they've not really strung any great attacks together. It's been threatening. Burnley have had a good game, to be honest. They'll definitely, by the way they've been playing, they'll be happy with this for half an hour.
I'm assuming we've been trying to play possession-based football.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's been working some of the time. I don't think it's been bad or anything. It's just that it did take a screamer to get in front, but I think Burnley will be happy with the teams.
Well, at the end of the day, a goal's a goal. I mean, you were saying earlier about the fact that there will be some essentially relegated teams which will play with a bit more freedom now. They pretty much know that they're relegated. I mean, we are, as it stands right now, we're on 17 points. I mean, we're 7 points still behind, 8 points behind Nottingham Forest, if you count what's happening right now. And I still think that with Burnley, I don't think it will have anything to do with the fact that we are playing a bit more freely now, or a bit more without worry, because we know we've been relegated. I think we've just been like this all season. I think maybe potentially it's maybe come a bit too late, but at the end of the day, we played well last week. We didn't score and we still lose 2-0. And it's been a story of the season so far. I can think of the Crystal Palace game. In fact, the West Ham game, the last time we played West Ham, apparently we played absolutely outstandingly. Still lost 2-0. Same as Crystal Palace. Played really well. Still lost 2-0. So the fact that we've got a goal at the moment, Zaniola did very well there. He does very well to get it to DRB. Loses the ball under his feet though. Yeah, I just think that maybe at this point of the season, maybe it's slowly clicking, very, very slowly clicking, and maybe the results that should have been coming at the start of the season will come now, but it's just come way too late. And yeah, we'll go down into the Championship, and ironically, we'll probably do really well next year in the Championship, because I bet these players' experience within the Premier League, playing these top quality players, once they go into the Championship with the likes of Queen's Park Rangers and so on and so forth, that they're going to be thinking, Christ almighty, this is a completely different level here. But we just hope that if we can just keep the majority of our squad, but unfortunately the way the owners are, they're going to try and want to sell as many as they can and then bring in more players. Maddison putting the ball over the top way too far ahead of Kulusevski there.
Sam had a good attack there. WordPress is really close to scoring, but I think it was O'Shea last slide tackle to stop it. Like whipped in by Kufal, and I think it was either either Fatinia or O'Shea or something that slid in 1 second to stop the goal.
Kulusevski, son. Bowen done anything?
No, he's not really been in the game, to be honest. I'm a big Bowen fan, but he's not really got into the game. All he needs is one chance this season. I mean, he's been so clinical.
Well, Brighton are winning. Brighton are winning. It is 1-0. I have no idea who scored because whoscored.com haven't updated the goal scorer yet. I will bring that to you when I can, although you guys, in fact, you may even know Danny Boy before me. Because whoscored.com are like 3 minutes behind real time. But Brighton are 1-0 up. Do we have any news on who the goal scorer? Oh, here we are. It's well, he really is not having a good day at all. It is a Omu Bamidele own goal. Brilliant. So he's got a yellow card and an own goal. What position does he play? Oh, he's centre back.
I think he played for Norwich, maybe. I'll need to check. But...
Used to play for Norwich.
Yeah, I remember my first season playing fantasy. I think he was like the cheapest player in the game. That's the only reason I know. It's when Norwich were in the game. Yeah, he played for Norwich before Nottingham Forest. Yeah.
I'm not going to profess to ever have heard his name in my life. To be completely frank. Like most players, to be honest with you, I'm not going to profess to be a football encyclopedia. I just try and see what I know regarding FPL. And here we are with Tottenham on the attack. Oh, here we go. Plenty of space for Kulusevski and Bentancur. It's 3-on-3 at the moment. Can they make the most of it? Can he get out? Oh, Kulusevski. He's gone for a long range effort when Son... I know that Son was technically free. Could have made a bit more better movement there to help Kulusevski maybe find him more. But to go for goal, come on. It was 3-on-3. Kulusevski could have passed it at that precise moment to feed Son through. Son is not happy at all. Rightfully so. I'll tell you what, Jason, if you are listening in, if Son was to get... I know you've still got Kevin De Bruyne. I get it. I get the fact you've got Kevin De Bruyne captaincy and you've got Virgil van Dijk. I get it. But if De Bruyne was to blank today and Son was to get something, just a goal, that would be fantastic. Apparently it's a gross assist because it was an own goal. A gross has got the assist. Denver saying I might get Fofana on a wild card. He's been scoring lately. Well, he scored 3 goals. He got 2 goals in his first game he started. One of them was the most fortuitous goal you will ever... I don't even think he knew he scored it. And then today he scored an absolute world beater. So, surely Jason gets Salah in for Kevin De Bruyne. Nope, because he's got no money. Well, I don't think Jason's got any money. I'm pretty certain he doesn't.
Fofana not got an offside goal against Palace as well. He was quite unlucky. I swear I remember. Yes,
you are. Yeah. That is right, yeah. How much is he? This is of interest. I'm guessing he's 5.5, something like that. Again, these are players that are like little differentials for next week where you can bring him in as a one-off. So Fofana he's 5 million. He's playing Brentford, a team that concede goals. Albeit when they're away from home, they actually do play pretty well. They go quite defensive away from home. They play like a 5-3-2 formation, essentially. In fact, you said you own Visa. Visa could be a really good option for next week if anybody wants to get a striker in.
Yeah, I think he'll do well against Burnley. he's enjoyed watching him. I watched the African Cup of Nations, and he was in the team of the tournament for that. I watched Congo just for him, and he was really good. They're unlucky not to get to the final, to be honest. Good player.
DRB again.
All sorts of goals as well. Over kicks and stuff. He's great.
Yeah, again, if you have faith in Visa doing well next week, I think is a very, very good option that you've got there, to be completely frank. I'm going to see if the... No, it's not. Damn. Do you know what the 5 Live app is called by any chance? Do you have any idea?
I'm not sure too.
5 Sport. Sports channel, no. 5 Live. Yeah, because I'm wondering if I can get the Burnley. Sorry, the Here we are. Right. Oh, here we are. Right. See if that's the one there. Just use most. Brilliant, that's not even it. Does anybody know what the 5 Live sports app is? Anybody have any idea at all? Can't for the life of me think what it's called. Let's see if I can get it on a Google here. Maybe that would help. Son, Brendan Johnson, Bentancur holding up. Louise does well. Clears. Moreno boots it forward, trying to find Watkins. Watkins does well to win the header. Does very well, in fact. Tottenham are really, really doing well to...
Sometimes it's you can
brilliant
without really doing that well. It's only a fact that there's sort of 3 worst teams.
I have got the...
They've got to improve.
Oh, poor pass out by Verbruggen.
Brighton game on.
And now Gibbs White has it for Forest.
Are you able to speak, Danny boy?
Scuffed a little bit, didn't get hold of it in the way that he would have liked to, and it runs out of play for.
Oh wait a minute.
He's a player that
say that again.
Wants to get on.
A couple of goals.
Yeah, it's Fulham at home though. That's the problem. Fulham at home are very, very good. BBC Sounds app. Okay. Annoyingly, I couldn't listen to... Trying to find Sun there. BBC Sounds.
The way Ange plays, Tottenham always get a lot of chances. It's like, Son can do well against MD, I think.
Oh, of course.
He's a wee bit of he's a fixture-proof player in that he scores a lot of goals against the big clubs. Not necessarily more likely to do well against the weird ones, which is funny because he's blanked against teams like Sheffield and Luton, and he scores against Arsenal, City, Liverpool. He's one of those players.
Oh, Son was nearly found there. Very, very, very nearly found there. Oh, for God's sake. It's registering nonsense. I love the fact that you've got to be 13 or over. 13 or over to flaming access this. It's ridiculous. Registering to use epoxy app. Same with TalkSport. This is great radio. Is again, I'm asking for nuclear atoms, not that he's watching, but is Bowen had any opportunities whatsoever?
No, he just got caught offside there, as he said that. He's not. It wasn't really going to be a great chance anyway. He's not had much. He's not been on the ball much either, to be honest. I think Charlie Taylor's actually had a good game against Kudus.
Well, he's going to be a player that a lot of people own. by pure circumstance. They've owned him all bloody season.
Yeah. Yeah, but Bowen will get a chance, so he just needs to take it, I think. 'Cause I think he's impressed me how, you know, Antonio's been out for most of the season. He's just slotted in the striker spot and done a really good job. He can play on the wing or up top. He put in a good shift, you know what I mean?
Right then, I can listen to the Bournemouth game, Brighton game. There we go.
I think West Ham, they were a bit unlucky against Freiburg during the week. I watched a bit of the game and missed a lot of chances.
Cario with a save, Zaniolo with an effort there. What was it all about, that penalty? What was that all about?
Oh yeah, I seen that in the highlights. I need to try and remember what it was. I think, you know, it was given. It wasn't given originally, and then the VAR recommended the ref to go and look at it, and he still didn't give it, which is kind of nice to see because that doesn't happen often. But I don't think it was a penalty, to be honest. I'll need to see it again though, but my first reaction was it wasn't a penalty.
It's very rare that the referee overrules a VAR decision. Usually they just be weak and just carry on. I mean, Vicario's receiving treatment here for a bang to the head. Don't know if he's cut his head or not. I don't think he's done anything for my Sky team whatsoever. Afternoon, Colm. Apologies, sorry I'm late. I was chatting with my mum. Happy Mother's Day to everyone's mums. Here comes Højbjerg and, oh yeah, Werner. Konsa is coming off for Diego Carlos. Wasn't there somebody asking about Diego Carlos the other day? The preview, I'm sure they were. But Højbjerg and Werner are going to come on. I'm assuming for Brennan Johnson and Sarr, perhaps. Maybe Maddison. Let's have a look at this.
Good time against that high line.
Werner will, yes, absolutely. There's a corner for Aston Villa.
You can't. I watched him for Chelsea, and the amount of times he got caught offside was ridiculous. He couldn't time a run. He just needs to time his runs a bit better, and I think he'll maybe get a goal.
Have you found the West Ham game so far entertaining, boring?
Not at all. Usual doing noise. I watch a lot of West Ham. I like watching Bolton, to be honest, but in general, it's not been a great game. Not many clear cut chances. It's been again. I think Burnley will definitely be the happier of the two teams, but
Vicario's just lost the ball. Aston Villa don't take advantage of it. Cleared. Here's Douglas Luiz on the left. Afternoon, TW. By the way, I will say this: if there is anybody actually watching this, is brand new around here and enjoys what me and Jason do, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Always is appreciated. There is going to be Sunday surgery tonight. Pretty much going to be going live at about 6 o'clock. Essentially, once the Man United, I keep saying Man United. Once the Liverpool game's finished, I'm probably going to go live after that. Yeah, Maddison's coming off. Maddison is definitely coming off for, well, whether it's for Werner or not, it doesn't really matter, but he's definitely coming off. A player who I would not be recommending to be bringing in on the free hit. And Brennan Johnson's coming off as well, as expected.
Larson's got a good chance here from a free kick. Southcheck just got booked there for...
Who's that, sorry?
Taking down... Southcheck just got booked there for taking down Audibert, and Brun Larson's got a good chance from a free kick.
Well, he had an opportunity last week.
Yeah. He hit it straight at the keeper, but it was a good strike. Yeah, he's pretty good at free kicks, but was it? I swear, did he not score one recently? Or am I making that up?
I don't remember Larson scoring a free kick. He certainly came close last week against Bournemouth.
Yeah. I remember he scored against Luton away. I think he scored the winner outside the box.
Just getting in the team news for Liverpool. Keller in goal. Bradley, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk and Gomez start in the back four. McAllister, Endo and Szoboszlai. And up front is Elliott, Nunes and Diaz. Really? Wow. No Salah. He'll be on the bench then. Ederson, Walker, Stones, Akanji, Ake. De Bruyne, Rodri and Silva. And it'll be Foden, Haaland and Alvarez or Silva. Alvarez, yeah. Alvarez, Haaland and Foden up top. Oh, no Salah starting. That sucks, doesn't it, Danny boy?
Yeah, I mean, just for the... Yeah, just... I want Liverpool to win, so that's obviously not great, but... Yeah, I could still see a wee go off the bench from Salah, you never know.
Yeah, I do think.
Another goal for Burnley.
Yes, really?
It's an own goal. Yeah, it's an own goal from Mavropanos. I think Cullen hits it across the goal, crosses it, and Mavropanos just sets a foot out needlessly, and it goes in the back of the net. It was such a horrible goal to concede, by the way.
Who's getting the assist then for that?
I think it's Josh Cullen. I think I'll need to see it again though. Yeah, Bruno Larson through balls Cullen. He hits it across goal. There's nobody in the box really, and he sticks a foot out, puts it in the back of his own net. Yeah, it's not a great defence.
Get in.
I think he didn't really get a call. I don't think he kind of panicked. It's one of those. He panics, puts a foot out, scores an own goal.
Oh, how's Trafford looked?
I mean, to be fair, not had too much to do. I think he made a decent save against Paqueta, but he's not had much to do. But like, if Burnley have mainly restricted West Ham.
Son's just scored.
Oh, brilliant!
Son has just scored. So Burnley are winning. Son's just scored. That was spoilt by Radio 5 Live, but Kulusevski with the assist. 3-0 to Tottenham. 10 minutes added on. Jesus God almighty. Nice. Jason, I'm now ahead of you. I am now ahead of you, Jason. Wait a minute. Kulusevski into Udogie. Kulusevski gets the ball. Yeah, it's Kulusevski assist. Excellent.
And I was not expecting this from Burnley. What result this would be?
To be fair, nobody was. But if Burnley are playing as well as you're saying that they are, and West Ham looking tired after their game in Europe.
That might be part of it, to be fair, because Moyes doesn't really like to rotate. So that could be part of it, but I don't think it doesn't help not having Emerson because he's been playing really well this season. They've got Cresswell in, who's not really played at all this season. They just thrown him in. It's not a great game. It's just Burnley have been very impressive considering where they're playing and stuff. I don't think keep a clean sheet though. To be honest, I could see Bowen scoring in the second half.
Why Bowen? Why not Mavropanos?
Because I'm biased. That's why.
Yeah.
I love Bowen. That's why.
Son with an effort there, missed of course. Son has now scored 159. I'm assuming 159 Premier League goals. Andrew, is that what it is?
Yeah, they'll bring Antonio on, I reckon. The second half.
Big win saying, do you think West Ham come back and back to beat Burnley?
If I had to predict now, I'll say yeah, because I just feel like I've seen this so many times before. Like a lackluster first half performance and a team just goes and runs on in the second half. I think...
This is West Ham we're talking about.
Yeah, well, they need to get Paquette on the ball a bit more because he's not done much. And I think I have to say, I think Ward-Prowse, I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, but I think he's due a free kick. Like, when was the last time he scored a free kick? Ward-Prowse will. And with his set pieces as well, Burnley need to keep switched on.
Well, that's our biggest problem. It was the same as last season. It was set pieces or crosses into the box. That was our Achilles heel. Even that, I always said this even last season, like even though, and I always put it down to the fact that it was actually more the fact the opposition that we played were terrible, but I didn't even think we were that great up front last year. It was just Teller or nobody. And it was just by pure fortuitous luck that we were scoring the amount we were because of the terrible, terrible, terrible teams that we were playing last year. And it just shows this season I don't think when we do create enough goal, 4-0, Son assist, Werner. Werner scores, Son assist. Bloody hell, Jason.
This is an absolute... This is crazy. This is meant to be a close game.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic.
It highlights how important McGinn is, doesn't it? As soon as they get sent off, they just another free goal.
Well, I mean, I don't know if let's just say if I don't know, Digne was sent off or whomever was sent off other than McGinn, would it still be 4-0? Would it be 4-0? Yeah. I don't know. We will never know the answer to that, but certainly Tottenham are just taking advantage quite literally at the fact that they're playing against 10 men. And it's 4-0 and it's like cutting butter with a hot knife. It's simple. And Son is now going to get 3 bonus points. It now means that I'm now ahead of Jason. Officially, I'm now ahead of Jason because of Son, but Jason still has De Bruyne captain and Virgil van Dijk playing next in the Liverpool City game. And if Kevin De Bruyne goes off, then yeah. Lee Brunt is asking about the Liverpool Man City news. All you need to know is that Salah is not playing. Or more specifically, he's on the bench. That's all you need to worry about. Other than that, every single asset you can imagine, or every single player that you can imagine that is available for Liverpool/Man City are playing today. Injuries accepted, of course. I'm assuming it's half time in your game.
Yeah, it's half time just a minute ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as the Brighton game where it's just to let people know if you don't know, Brighton are winning 1-0 thanks to an own goal. And all you should care about is the fact that Gross got the assist. And then regarding the Burnley game, we're winning 2-0, which is fantastic news. The problem is that I'm not exactly overly excited because really it means it's good for morale. It's a very good, important thing for morale. That's a simple fact. But in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the relegation fight, we're already relegated. So actually, Lewis Allen saying, does Jason have Haaland? Of course he has Haaland. Who doesn't? In fact, who doesn't own Haaland in this game? I mean, yes, I'm fully aware there are people out there that don't own Haaland. I get that. Still 3.5 minutes of this match still to play. By the time this match ends, we're going to be already into the second half of the fixtures between Brighton and Nottingham Forest. And I'm just looking at this from now a Sky point of view. I'm just wondering how many people, well, loads of people have had Son. I've got Vicario and I've got Dunk, so I'm hoping to have at least 2 clean sheets. 2 clean sheets from today's matches. I'd like a clean sheet from Vicario especially. That's a big differential for me. Kicker's saying he doesn't have Haaland. Well, you're one of the 11%. I mean, let's have a quick look here. Son's gone down, holding his face. Of course he has. Right, let's just see how many people own Haaland. In fact, ironically, I don't even own Haaland. I've just realised I don't actually own Haaland.
Yeah,
because I sold him for Solanke. Eh?
I don't own him either, to be honest. I've never owned him. Just the way I play it. I just pick. I'd rather have like Wisa, do you know what I mean, than Haaland. Just the way I play. Not great for rank though, or points.
No, and if he
I'd never be a content creator for that reason. I would just be recommending Wisa for Haaland because it's fun.
Yeah, I think reading into what you just said there, I don't think it really matters whether you're a content creator or not that gives good advice or anything. I think the reality is that, as I've said 50,000 times, people should do content if they enjoy doing it, not for the sake of doing it. I'm fully aware of many, if we're going to stick with FPL, many FPL content creators that just do it for the sake of doing it. They're not doing it because they want to do it. And it doesn't just apply in FPL, of course, it applies in any walk of life. People just doing things for the sake of doing things. But you take Alex Volo was a prime example. He's not a content creator. He's a very, very, very good graphic designer. And, you know, he always jokes that, look, I pick these particular players. I'll happily talk about it on X. And people give him crap for it and whatever. But, you know, sometimes the picks work out. Sometimes they don't. Unfortunately, this week, like I found out, they don't bloody work. But yeah, I'm on 14, 15, so 14, 15, that's 17 points I've got today from Son. And I've only got Foden left, whereas Jason's got De Bruyne, captain, and Van Dijk in the next match. Bloody hell. If they blank today.
I mean, this is probably the game De Bruyne does well, isn't it?
Well, I say it every single week. Whenever you don't expect a player to do something, they do something. It's like next week, you're saying about Son. Well, he's got his double-digit point now. He won't do it next week. He'll get nothing next week. He'll just get a 2-pointer, whereas, I don't know, Kulusevski or Brennan Johnson or even Muniz or Wilson will get the double-digit return against Fulham. Like, they've got their win against Aston Villa here. Now we're all expecting Tottenham to beat Fulham. Fulham are going to turn up and beat them, even though I wouldn't be shocked at Fulham losing. And that is the end of the game. That is ended 4-0. Who had that in their predictions? Tottenham. I had that as 2-2. What did you predict for that game?
I had 2-1 Tottenham. I mean, I'm Tottenham. It's just I like Ange and Son, but I just had a feeling with the high line. I thought, I mean, obviously they both play high lines, but I just thought Son would get in behind and get one or two. It was to be honest, I thought Werner would have started that game for that reason, but he's turned out to be a good sub anyway. Yeah,
well, it seems that Brennan Johnson's turned into his the boy that he wants to play. Seems to turn it around, Brennan Johnson, since coming from Nottingham Forest. It's Nottingham Forest he came from, wasn't it?
Yeah. He got injured against Nottingham Forest when he played them, which is a shame. But yeah, he's done well recently.
Let me just check on here in the Super Brew. I've dropped down massively. Oh, bloody hell. Fire Togs. Andrew Ferguson, you're now number 1 in the Super Brew. I am... Bloody hell, I'm 7 points behind Andrew Ferguson. Wow. I'm 0.5 ahead of Lino. I've been given is that the silver spoon that is for this week? Whatever that bloody means. And yeah, Andrew Ferguson, you are now top. Well, I say you are now top. When you topped last week, Andrew, the Firetogs dropped down. He's 1.5 points behind Andrew Ferguson. Sultan Side has shot up from out of nowhere. He's only a few points behind Andrew Ferguson. Andrew Ferguson is... I wonder if I can find this. He's 1,700th in the world in that game out of like 80,000th, whereas I am... pity's sake. I am... Here we go. More info. Oh, so that's 74,000th. 74,000 and Andrew Thurgson 1,700. That's incredible. I remember when Davey FPL was doing really well at Super Brew. Really well. Denver saying those who... Say that again?
I've been playing Super Brew for a while, but I do like the different leagues. I do Italian League and all that, just because I follow all the leagues, and yeah, I quite like just predicting it, but I'm not great at it, but it's fun.
Yeah, I just sometimes wish for myself I just stuck with my own. Like, I wouldn't be, I'm not saying I'd be top in our mini league, but certainly because of last week not sticking with my prediction of West Ham beating Everton and Burnley losing to Bournemouth, I'd be certainly probably third spot at least to Sultan Saeed. Gravy Dave saying, I hate David Moyes, cannot stand him, can't wait for him to go at the end of the season. Andrew Ferguson saying, I'm doing okay, mate, but plenty of games to go. Well, you're miles ahead in the Super Brew. I wouldn't be too... You can be humble, which is great, but you are kicking ass, is what I'm looking for. Are we any closer to kicking off second half there for you, Danny boy?
The teams haven't came out yet, but it should be just a few minutes away, to be honest. It's 2 minutes past. It should just be a couple of minutes.
Well, I'm going to reset all this then. Let's just quickly show you Jason's team for a second. So Jason's team is here. And as you can see, he's on 12 points, but he's got those 4 left. Virgil, De Bruyne, Foden and Haaland. Well, on me, it's Van Dijk, De Bruyne and Haaland. They're the 3. Every day saying I've screenshotted my 20th overall rank in Sky because I'll never see that again in my life. Where are you now, Gravy Dave? When were you 20th and whereabouts are you now? John Hayes, lovely to see you on today. It's not, mate. You're 29th, Gravy Dave. That's ridiculous. How many transfers have you got left? Don't worry, I'm not going to copy you. It doesn't really matter. I can tell you mine. I've got 18 left. Or is it 19? 18 or 19 left. And I've dropped down to... Well, we'll find out right now after Sun. After that Sun... That's probably killed me, my rank. I am 1,035. I was 799th last night, so I've dropped 300 places. And in the Burnley mini league, I've completely fallen off a cliff. To be honest, I don't even look at it anymore. I genuinely just gave up with it. And I've got, just see here, I'm sure it's 18 transfers. Yeah, I know. 18, yeah. There are 18 transfers left. My team ain't too bad, but I've only got 9 transfers left, but I've got most players people want to bring in, i.e. Palmer, Bowen. Oh, you have got Son. Wow, Son has done you very well today. I've got Dunk right now. I've got Vicario in goal, Saliba, Dunk, Van Dijk, Palmer, Rodri, Foden, Saka, Watkins, Haaland,
2-1 West Ham, sorry. 2-1. There was a mistake at the back from Burnley, and Paqueta just dispossesses the centre half and he puts it past the keeper.
You've only just fucking kicked off.
No, I just look up. And see Paqueta scored. Yeah, it was a mistake at the back, and Paqueta just runs through the defence and slots it past the keeper. I'm saying.
What's the time for that?
That was 46th minute as it kicked off, basically.
Jesus.
Every time I look away, this goal flies in, but yeah, and there's been substitutions as well. Antonio and Alvarez just came on for West Ham, and Brownhills came on for Bryn Larson for Burnley.
We've made a substitution already.
Yeah, I don't know if that's tactical or whatever, but Bryn Larson wasn't a bad game or anything, I don't think. But
did anybody get the assist for this Paqueta goal then?
I don't know. No.
Oh, God. That's him.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Southcheck got the assist, sorry. Yeah. And Cullen did get the assist for the own goal for Burnley as well.
Say it again.
Southcheck got the assist for Paqueta, and Cullen definitely got the assist for the own goal. Yeah.
Soucek got the assist, you say?
Yeah. Honestly, I looked up, he scored, and it only showed me the last part of the goal when it kind of looked like the Burnley defender made a mistake. I didn't actually see the Southcheck through well.
Now, I don't know why Brownhill's been brought on for Larson, but if that's from even though ironically he's not a defensive player, but if that's been a defensive move from Company, why?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Well, we have kicked off at the Amex Stadium. Unbelievable.
It's strange changing something that was working. I mean, they were doing well in that first half.
Harry Dawson asking, has he missed much? Nope. Absolutely nothing. Well, Son. Let's have a look at your team. See how well you're doing in the YouTube. I know you had Havertz last night. Well, I'm assuming you still got him. Yeah. Yeah, you've done very well, Harry. Havertz, Son. So there's differentials at the end of the day, Harry. Wow, you benched Foden, Poro and Ake. You've got Zabrani, Kaminsky, Doherty, Solanke captain for this double game week. But it's your differentials in Son and Havertz. Well, especially Havertz. That is massive.
The closest Bowen's been all game. Could just put a ball across the goal and just couldn't get to it in front of O'Shea.
Harbour Boy with Gusto and Palmer tomorrow. Gusto tomorrow against Newcastle. And then Madeline Tudor, who's third. He has, Son today. But he's got Barkley, Morris, Doherty, Solanke, Kirkes. Well, he ain't got Kirkes for the next week. He ain't going to be playing. In fact, he took a -8 to take out Haaland, Taylor and Palmer for Morris, Kirkes and Barkley. Now, unless Madeline Tudor is playing, well, we'll find out. Has he got his free hit? He has got his free hit. I wonder if he'd be playing that next week. How many players has he got for next week? Areola, Doherty, Barkley, Bowen, Son, Morris, Watkins, Poro, Cash. Madeline Tudor, if you are listening in, which I doubt you are, you don't need to wildcard a free hit next week. Don't worry about it. I think if you've got 8 players, I think you're fine. I think you will be fine. Blimey, I think Jason's seems to be, as it stands right now, the only player without Son in the mini leagues. Just looking through here at the moment. Oh, I wonder if Dale's got Son. Oh, Dale hasn't got Son. Dale hasn't got Son. How many points is that? 49. I think I still don't even catch up with him. Does Sai have Son? Yeah. Kafau and Ari.
I was expecting Antonio to come on, but not. It was a strange sub. He subbed off Ward-Prowse for Alvarez. I thought it was interesting.
Ward-Prowse?
Such a threat. Yeah, he's such a threat at set pieces, and they brought him off. Maybe an injury or something though. Don't know. Antonio come on was a good sub, I think.
Matt Smith saying I got bored with the season, so I'm going different. I've got Werner. I had Werner, Salah. He's got Bowen captain. Bowen captain. Harry Dawson saying a couple of Haaland goals would be nice too. He's 70% owned at my rank. Yeah, well, probably higher to be honest with you. He probably will be higher. In the Trophy League, Paul Lee. Yep, he's got Son. And then Zvonka doesn't have Son. He had Rashford.
Yeah, Bruno gifted him a penalty.
Yeah, I'm assuming Fernandes gave it to him?
Yeah. It's his call. Get his confidence up a bit. It's actually, I think, the reverse fixture. I think Fernandes gave Rashford a penalty too. And they won 3-0.
Well, Zvonka has Ben White. Ben White and Rashford alone. Major differentials in that Trophy League. That is extraordinary. That is extraordinary. Players like that. I've got players random like Rashford, for crying out loud. Ridiculous. Oh, Lewis Allen's there. Bloody hell. Thought I recognised the name. He had Anderson.
Bowen came close to scoring, by the way.
Who?
Bowen came close to scoring there. He was in the box. It was a bit scrappy from a corner, and Burnley tried to clear, and they kind of smacked it off Bowen, and it was flying towards the goal, and it hit Paqueta. Paqueta blocked his own shot. I think it was getting saved anyway, to be honest, but it was the closest he's came. It would have been a very lucky goal anyway if it went in.
Ooh, breaking news. Patrick Corbett, who was ridiculously high in the overall ranks, Harbour Boy has now taken over him. Harbour Boy is now 46 places above him. That's extraordinary. Solanke, Tavernier, Zabrani was his double game along with Doherty. He's got Areola, Bowen playing now. He's just had Son. He had Watkins.
Yeah, I came very close there. Antonio played it over to me, tried a finesse shot into the top corner, it just missed.
I know Kickus mentioned this earlier, but Kickus is just below me in the Trophy League, and he's got right now Solanke triple captain 0. Tavernier is a differential. Kufau and Areola 0. He has got Estupinan. He benched De Bruyne. Kickus, you benched De Bruyne. Wow. 830k as well. Pedro Porro there. He's got Estupinan playing right now.
Fana had a decent chance there again. There was a wee shot from outside the box, but he done well.
Denver saying a Haaland hat-trick will really upset the crowd in the FPL community. And I'm going to hear for it tonight. Good evening, Ray. or afternoon, as they say. Glad that you won last night. Very glad that you won. Hopefully Liverpool. In fact, I hope Liverpool do win, and so it then comes down to you guys for the title here. So let people know I'm listening into the Brighton vs Nottingham Forest game, and Danny Boy's listening into the West Ham Burnley game, where West Ham have they scored after the 40, literally after kickoff from half time. They're losing 2-1. And Sunday surgery tonight will be at approximately 6 o'clock-ish. Roughly 6 o'clock-ish tonight. And yeah, Arsenal top 64 points. And then I wonder if they play out a draw, Liverpool, Man City. But Liverpool do have the upper hand when it comes to history versus Man City, especially at home. Liverpool do like playing Man City, and especially at home. And I hope that they can get a positive result against Man City today.
And they're having a good spell here, by the way. A couple of good chances for Brownhill and Coutinho.
How's Coutinho looked for you?
I think I'm not doing anything special, but he's not been bad. He had a shot there from maybe 20 yards that got deflected and just went past the post.
So people are coming to you and they're saying, Danny Boy, I'm looking to look at a Burnley player for next week. Mm-hmm. Which players have stood out for you where you go, you may be all right with him in this game specifically?
Well, the obvious one is definitely Fofana. I think he's got he's had the best chances. I think that moment of magic, see that you've only seen the highlights, but with some strike. I think watching him against Fulham is impressive as well. I think the one to go for from an attacking point of view is definitely Fofana. But Audibert hasn't been in the game as much. But yeah, I've enjoyed watching Fofana.
So Fofana from Burnley, who from West Ham? Has anybody stood out? In fact, has anybody not impressed you where you would go, actually, don't bother with them?
Well, if you're ever considering Ward-Prowse, I don't know what that substitution was about, but that's not great. I think Paqueta, I like him as a differential because I feel like in terms of assists and goals, he's underperformed this season. He's usually even when he performs really well, sometimes he doesn't get FPL returns, but I think they're going to come with the way they're playing because he's just back from injury. So I think the differential, I think Paqueta could be great. And obviously,
bearing in mind it's Aston Villa.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see though who's on penalties because it won't be Bowen, obviously. I think it would be between Ward-Prowse and Paqueta, but nobody really knows because Paqueta was on them before Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse came to West Ham, but obviously Ward-Prowse was on penalties for Southampton, so it'll be interesting to see who's on them.
How's Kudos looked?
I mean, he's been limited to the shots from outside the box, to be honest. There was a shot he had towards the end of the first half where he kind of sliced across the ball, and he kind of summed up the first half way off target. He got it completely wrong, but it's not been his game at all. It's mainly been, I think Soucek's looked pretty good. I mean, I don't know if I rate him as an FPL asset though. He's looked good.
Well, both West Ham and Aston Villa do have their Europa League games this week. They're both in Europe. They're both at home. And what effect that will have on both teams, I have no idea whatsoever based on today. God knows. Aston Villa in a more important match. They're drawing 0-0. Obviously West Ham losing 1-0. The other teams involved, I mean, again, Fulham versus Tottenham. Let's have a look at the history. I'm going to quickly look at the history between Fulham and Tottenham. And
Harry Kane scored the winner twice last season against them. Oh, I know.
Well, yeah, it's low scoring. Tottenham 1, Fulham 1, Fulham 0, Tottenham 1, Tottenham 2, Fulham 1, Fulham 0, Tottenham 1. Fulham 1, Tottenham 1. Tottenham 2, Fulham 0. So, yeah, Tottenham like to play Fulham, but don't expect many goals. The most goals scored has been 2, and that was both by Tottenham. And as you mentioned, in fact, okay, we're going to test your knowledge then, Danny boy. So you said Harry Kane scored both goals last season, which you're wrong.
No, the 2 winners. The 2 winning goals against Fulham last season. He scored the 1-0 victory away from home, and he scored the...
Oh, sorry, last season. I was looking at this league.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at this season. So in the Premier League last year, yeah, they beat them 1-0 and 2-1. In fact, the time that they did play Fulham last year, they beat them, as you stated, 1-0. I was going to say who assisted Harry Kane, but that's too bloody obvious. Let's ask...
I remember that goal vividly.
Who got the man of the match from WhoScored.com in that game?
Well, the reason I'm not going to say Harry Kane, I think he missed a really good chance the second half, so I'm going to say defender. I'll go Romero.
I honestly thought you were going to pull out the bag there. No, it's Harry Kane's latest teammate.
Oh, Thier.
Yeah, Thier. He got the same score as Lloris, 7.6, but they gave the man of the match to Thier. What other questions could I ask you from that specific game? Who were the 3...
That game well, actually.
Is that again?
I remember that game well. It was a Monday night, and yeah, it was a good game.
Who got 3 yellow cards for Tottenham that day?
Yellow cards. It wasn't Kane. I mean, Romero's a stick on and get yellow, right?
Yep, that's one. Yep, Romero got one.
I mean, Højbjerg?
No.
He usually gets a wee booking. Gets a stupid booking, but
it was his centre midfield partner that day.
Skip?
No, he didn't play.
Oh, I don't remember this game as well.
He came on as a substitute today.
Bentancur?
That's right, yep. And who's the other one? It's a non-obvious one, but he's a popular FPL asset. Yeah.
Son.
Yeah, it was Son, yeah.
Yeah, he really didn't have a good season last season. I don't know what was up with him, but yeah. It's funny though, because the season before he got top scorer, and then he just kind of fell off. He said that he had like an issue and an injury and that was the reason, but he was pretty poor.
I love the fact that Ray says this is the world's worst quiz.
Oh wow, Kudus has just missed an absolute sitter. Bowen played that cross to him over the top, and he sold the defender, fake shotted it, skied it over the bar from like 10 yards.
Thank God for that.
Or 12 yards.
Thank God for that.
Might have fell anyway. There's a Burnley defender that flopped to the ground before he shot, but nothing really happened. You can see this. Yeah, it was a great chance. He done really well in the first place, but then he just skied it. A terrible shot.
Big Win saying Bowen is crap today. Kudos not giving the ball. Mavropavros has been dreadful. What do you think of that assessment?
Yeah, I mean, the big moment obviously was the own goal, and I think it's an annoying one because as a defender you want to try and cut the pass out, but see if he didn't get a shout from his teammates. I don't blame him for putting a foot out because it was a dangerous cross. It's one of those ones you have to put a foot out, but if he didn't get a call, then it's not all his fault. It was still silly though to do it. He hasn't had a great game altogether, to be honest. He missed out. I think he had a decent chance from a corner as well. I do agree though that Kudus hasn't got enough of the ball, for sure.
The last time Man City played Liverpool at Anfield, it ended 1-0. I would say who scored that game, but who got the assist?
Alisson.
How the hell did you know that?
yeah, I watch a lot of football, and I remember that goal. Do you know what I remember about that goal? And Cancelo got absolutely done in by Salah. Alisson hit it up to Salah, and he spun him. I remember Salah had missed like a really good chance right before that, and he completely done it with Cancelo. A great goal. It was one of my favourite goals that season, actually. It was brilliant.
That is a ridiculous memory of. That is quite incredible, you remembering that. I thought I may have caught you out there. The fact that even Cancelo played that day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Can you remember the date of that?
Oh, God. No, I'm not that good. I'm not that good.
The 16th of October, 2022. It's the last time these played each other at Anfield. In fact, Liverpool's team that day was Becker in goal, Milner, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Jota, Firmino, Elliott and Salah. Substitutions were Carvalho, Nunes, Henderson. That's got to be Trent. It has to be Trent. Come on, it doesn't say. And Tsimikas.
What you also good stat about Firmino? He scored a goal sooner than the amount of days since Anthony scored a goal for Man U in the Premier League. It's longer than Firmino scoring a goal in the Premier League.
Say that again?
So see the amount of days since Anthony scored a Premier League goal for Man U.
You're right, yeah.
That's more days than since Firmino scored a Premier League goal for Liverpool.
Yeah, that doesn't. I thought you were going to say that's longer than the last time Firmino scored at Manchester United. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, then, well, the last time these two did play each other, which was a 1-1 draw. Brighton fans not happy with the yellow card for somebody. Who got man of the match versus Man City Liverpool in the 1-1 draw, according to WhoScored.com?
Trent.
No. In fact, this player got 0.8 more than Trent.
Oh, well. I believe I said that. I said, because I remember he scored I can't remember he scored for City. I'm trying to think.
Hold on. Moda of Brighton are checking to see a potential red card. Moda has gone in on a challenge with studs showing. And it looks like, according to the commentary team, that there's a high chance that this Moda could be sent off. Challenge on Nico Williams. Okay, VAR has said there's nothing to look at.
It was good goalkeeping from Trafford. He came out his line and stopped Antonio going clean through.
How many saves has Trafford made today?
I mean, not too many. I think that Paquette has made more saves from bone shot.
Let's have a look. In fact, yeah, Areola is one save point. Yeah, who got the man of the match according to WhoScored.com in the last game between Man City and Liverpool?
Well, I can't even remember who scored for City, but I would guess
it was Haaland that
Rodri.
day.
Oh, was it? I guess Rodri for man of the match.
No, it's a non-obvious one. So Trent Alexander-Arnold got 8.0. This player got 8.8.
Oh no, this one.
It's a non-obvious.
I try to think. I genuinely can't think of the lineups for some reason. I'm struggling.
The fact that you remember Alisson getting an assist, in the last time these played each other 2 years ago, it's just incredible.
Can't remember that somehow. I'll go Kyle Walker.
No, it was Doku.
Oh, okay.
Doku got an 8.8. Like I said, Trent got 8.0. You are right, he got a goal that day. I have no idea why Doku got that scoreline. I'm assuming it's because of the amount of dribbles, challenges, and so on and so forth. But on that day...
long passes, I remember.
Say that again?
He had a lot of good long passes that day, like usual Trent.
Well, Ake got the assist for Haaland after 27 minutes and Trent scored in the 80th. Yeah. The other matches between these two, Man City won 4-1, 3-2, but Liverpool at home 1-0, 3-1, and the game before that in the FA Cup 3-2. 3-2. Oh, Chris Wood coming close there. Chris Wood coming close for Nottingham Forest. Verbruggen with the save.
Miss Chris Wood for Burnley.
I'm more frustrated at the fact that Rodriguez hasn't been given an opportunity this year. Because he did really well for us last year. He's just a striker. And he kind of allowed the players around him to get involved in the match with his hold-up play. Chris Wood is more of those players. You just boot the ball up to him, he holds the ball up, and he just brings whoever in. I don't think he would fit our system now, but certainly, you know, his goals that he scored underneath Dyche were very, very important for us. Anybody here watch? Say again?
So a couple of good performances this season. I watched his game against Newcastle at St James's. Got a wee hat-trick. Good that day.
Yeah, he's
really been consistent.
This is the problem, that he just doesn't seem to be being given the opportunity this year from whoever's been in charge, whether it's Steve Cooper or... Actually, I say that. To be fair to Nuno, seems to be... As we say this, Hudson-Odoi and Awoniyi are coming on. Awoniyi and Hudson-Odoi have come on. So Wood, Gibbs-White, Wood, Alanga, Hudson-Odoi and Awoniyi are on for Nottingham Forest.
Antonio's made a difference. He could have cut it back to Bowen there, but he chose the shot. Just chose to shoot there. But he definitely made a difference since he came on.
I was going to ask exactly the same thing. Harry Dawson. Who else on free hit next week? Harry has to... Yeah, I think I've already discussed your team to death, to be honest with you, Harry. He has to... There's many... To be honest, there's lots of players that have to, and there's players like me that don't really need to bother needing to worry about anything. Any hope on Burnley if they come any closer to scoring a third?
There is hope. I mean, I think Fofana and Brownhill have had two decent chances, albeit it's not been through on goal, it's been sort of near the edge of the box, but they've not looked bad, but West Ham being the better team in the second half. It wouldn't surprise me if they got a goal.
How long's left in your game?
Including extra time, probably like 20 minutes. 74 minutes in.
Yeah, so 20 or so minutes left. It'd be the same as this game here. And it is a case of Camden.
Surprised me if Brighton keep a clean sheet, to be honest, the way they've been defending recently. I watched them against Roma. They were absolutely... I mean, Roma isn't an easy game, but they were not good at all. It's like that way where like they try to keep playing out the back away from home at Roma when it's clearly not working. You know what I mean? There's like no plan B. It's a wee bit naive, but...
Well, Roma in the Serie A, they're playing Fiorentina today. They are 5th. Oh, they've scored 52 goals this season. conceded 30. Bloody hell, they conceded a lot as well. Top of the table is Juventus. They've scored 70 goals. The hell.
Be in our top, right?
Their results over the last 6: 4-0, 1-0, 4-0, 4-0, 2-1, 1-0. Fucking hell. They beat Bologna 1-0 today, and then they got Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, and then it's Napoli. But yeah, you are right, Inter Milan are top of Serie A. And I'm going to have a look at the Liga, because I know that there are, well, Nuclear Atoms anyway, who's a Real Madrid fan.
West Ham just hit the bar there, by the way. Kufal put a ball in, and it deflected off Charlie Taylor and hit off the bar.
Oh, sigh.
Never would have went in. Like, I mean, it could have, but it would have been very unlucky.
Sigh, sigh, sigh. Bloody hell. Inter Milan have scored 70 goals. Real Madrid have scored 56. Who the hell is scoring for Inter Milan? That's incredible.
I think he's got 23 goals or something in the league.
Who's this?
Lautaro Martinez.
Yes, yeah.
I think Thuram, I can't believe, probably the best free transfer this season. Thuram, every big game he shows up for Inter Milan, and they got him for free. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
he's got 10 goals this year. Assist-wise, he's got 7. Mkhitaryan's got 7, and Olivier Giroud has 8 assists for AC Milan. He's got 12 goals for AC Milan as well.
Yeah. Do you play the Champions League fantasy, or do you just?
Nah, Matt, I can barely play FPL. So, me wanting to play UEFA. I know Nathan Bacon's doing very, very well in that particular game. What about yourself?
I think to be fair, I'm top 100,000 out of, like, there's an app 1.2 million plus players, so it's not bad. Yeah, it's a fun. I like it. There's just so many different teams. I love the group stage phase of it. There's just so many different options. It's really interesting. But as it gets towards the final, it's a bit boring because most people have the same teams and stuff. Because you're just selecting players from 2 teams basically.
Anyone with Stupinan, you'll be pleased to know his clean sheet is locked. He has been substituted. So people like.
He's been an absolute disaster this season.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but he has just fallen off a cliff from an FPL. I mean, even from a real life point of view, I think that it seems that he's just in no favour whatsoever with De Zerbi. I don't know why, but is it something that's going on in training?
Doesn't help when Lamptey's playing this well. He's playing really well recently. Even though he is a right back as well, though, Lamptey.
Well, I'm assuming Lamptey will be the player that plays in the... Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they got the... Well, whoever's playing in the FA Cup next week. In fact... Brighton, excuse me. Obviously, they'll be playing Roma this week. I mean, is there any hope, Danny Boy, for Brighton to come back against Roma, or is there absolutely no chance?
I would say absolutely not, but especially if they play the way they did, I think Roma's game plan was always going to be in Rome to just press high because they know they like to play out from the back. And I mean, to be fair, Brighton are usually good at passing around teams, but if they play the way that they did in Rome, there's no chance. I mean, to be fair, if they get an early goal, you never know, but I fancy like Dybala or something to get a goal and just kill the tie in Brighton.
Well, when they come off the international break, they've got Liverpool.
Fair. Last season, Brighton against Liverpool, they were very good. I think it was like Trossard, an absolutely brilliant at Anfield last season, like a hat-trick. shame though for Brighton that players like Matoma and March are out. Really good players are injured for them.
Yes.
Oh. Tony had a good chance there. He's played over the top. He just didn't get a good connection on it. And Southcheck on the rebound stuffed it as well and went straight to Trafford.
Who in your game do you think's got the highest? Who do you think should have the highest ranking from WhoScored.com?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that.
This particular.
That's completely wrong. This game.
This particular player has got 8.6 rating from WhoScored.com.
8.6. Well, the players I've been impressed with Taylor and Fofana. I think they've been good.
Well, you've named one of them, but which one is it? Who's got an 8.6?
Really ratings. I'm trying to think from their point of view. A guy's got a screamer. Yeah, I'll go for Fofana.
Yes, he's got 8.6. There is no one anywhere near him apart from Paqueta, who's got 7.7. There's been four yellow cards in that game. Delcroix, Assignon and Burge for Burnley, Susek for West Ham. The worst performing player, according to WhoScored.com, is Mavropanos, because he scored that own goal, but he's only on 6.0. Avriola's on 6.1, the same as James Trafford.
Okay.
But do you feel that there is a winner? Do you feel that West Ham are going to be potentially getting that draw? Do they have enough about them to get it?
Yeah, if I had to bet now, I would say they are going to get a goal. I think Antonio's looked the most threatening, but yeah, I think they just need to be a bit more clinical. I think Antonio had a good chance there to score, but yeah, I'll go West Ham to score again. I think Danny Ings just came on for Aguerd, ex-Burnley. Funny if he scored.
Danny Ings, a player who for West Ham has done, well, to my knowledge, has done absolutely nothing. Would I be right in saying that? A bit of a failed transfer?
I would say so, yeah. I don't think people expected him to leave like Aston Villa to West Ham. I can't remember when it was, but he's not done much. I think last season he scored in maybe the Conference League, like group games and stuff like that, but he wasn't a first choice. He's not ever been a first choice player anyway.
Did he?
I think he scored a brace last season, maybe against Forest. That's only maybe his best game I can remember.
Well, let's have a look. Let's just see if your knowledge is that good. So you reckon Danny Ings last season scored a brace against Nottingham Forest last year? Right. So that would have been what, for West Ham, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
I could actually... Yeah, I remember, I swear, yeah, I live in Hamilton in Scotland. I was at Hamilton Accies game. And I remember looking at the score, and I'm certain he scored 2 against Nottingham Forest at home.
Let's have a look. How good is Danny Boy's knowledge? And the answer is... Well, it wasn't in the 3-2 win. Definitely wasn't in the 3-2 win. So it must have been the 4-0 win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, because I'm looking at this season. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
Who scored the other 2 then that day?
Well, Danny Ings just... As we're speaking about, and Danny Ings just scored. My goodness. It's got played over the top, and somebody's chested it through to him, and he's thinking to over Trafford.
Brilliant.
I shouldn't have started talking about him. He was always going to score. Yeah, but...
Who chested it down to him then? You have any idea?
I need to say again, I was concentrating on who scored, but was a good wee chest, to be fair. Paqueta plays over the top. Oh, it's brilliant from Antonio. Antonio chests it down to him.
Antonio.
Goes past number 44. I don't remember who that is. And yeah, he just lifts it over Trafford. Trafford dives in. Let's see if he could have done better here. Yeah, Trafford flies in. It's not an easy one, and things lifts it over him.
Brilliant.
It's just perfect centre forward play, to be honest, from Antonio. It's exactly what they want.
How long's left?
10 minutes. Well, it's 85 minutes in, so about 10 minutes.
Well, back to that 4-0 win for West Ham last year. So Danny Ings scored twice. Who assisted those goals?
I think I had Bowen that day, and I think he got an assist.
Yep, that's correct, yep.
It was a VAR check, by the way, for this goal. It's extremely tight, though. It looks onside to me, but yeah, you update with that. But I think got an assist. And Rama?
No. The player got 2 assists that day, the other one assisting Declan Rice.
Paqueta?
No.
Anyway, the goal, I just seen there, the goal's ruled offside.
Ruled offside?
Yeah.
Ah, thank God.
No, I'm so sorry. Wait. It's okay. Yeah, it's ruled offside. Sorry, yeah. It was really confusing there because they said offside and it looked like they were going to kick off. Yeah, it's offside.
Oh, thank God. Good. I'll give you...
Okay, I'll just say, I don't think Antonio will be playing if Ings was, so maybe Fornals.
No, Fornals did get an assist that day, but not for Ings or Rice. He actually assisted Antonio. The player doesn't play for West Ham anymore. Well, I say that. Ash on FPL Juice seems to be confused if he plays for them or not.
This is going to really annoy me if I don't get it. Cause...
They were a player who was... Well, every time he seemed to play for West Ham, he seemed to do really, really well. Was...
no, it couldn't have been Lingard, no.
There was talk of him leaving this season, then he didn't leave, then he did leave, then he didn't leave, and then he was leaving, and then he has left. All in January.
What in January, sir?
This particular player left in January for Lyon.
Wait, is that Spin Rama?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. Sorry, I thought I said him, but that might be for the goal, actually. I said Ben Rama.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Ben Rama. Right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
If anybody's joining us and has no idea what's going on, Brighton are winning 1-0. Nottingham Forest have put on every single attacking player possible. West Ham, on the other hand, they're 2-1 down. But Danny Boy is thinking that potentially West Ham could get back in this game with about 8 or 9 minutes to go, give or take. That's including stoppage time. And once this game's over... Oh, Christ. Forgot the bloody Liverpool game's on. I need to... Bloody hell.
Okay,
I forgot that game kicks off at 3:45. I want to...
Paqueta had another effort from outside the box, but just went wide to the left post.
Who was that?
Paqueta tried to curl it in the bottom corner, but it just went past the left post there. Yeah, I expect. I think Antonio will start the next game against Villa.
Just based on the way he's performed today.
Yeah, I think he's definitely made a difference. Been much better since he came on. Just having somebody hold the ball up and.
Has it meant that Kudos and Bowen have been more effective in the second half because of this?
I think. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the main bit of link up's been between Ings and Antonio, but they're not going to start together. I think I think Kudus and Bowen have been a bit better in the second half, but they've still not gone to the game enough. Definitely not. Oh, as I switch channel, West Ham score. Wait, it's a goal for West Ham. Let's see, Kudus plays it across. Ings spins and hits a shot and it deflects into the bottom corner. A scrappy goal.
Kudos again.
Yeah, Kudus. He hits across, almost hits off the Burnley defender's hand and falls to Danny Ings, and he hits a shot in the spin. To be fair, it's a nice goal from Ings. He hits the shot in the spin, and it's 2 each.
Oh, what? So there's not. You don't think it's going to be an assist?
I think FPL. Yeah, I think FPL will give the assist. It doesn't really change much. The direction of the ball, it just clips off the defender's hand a bit. I think it will be given as an assist probably in FPL. Although you never know with FPL, do you know what I mean? They give assists for what they like.
This bloody Kudos just seems every bloody week to just...
Sanderberg came very close there, straight after kickoff. Eight footed it from like the 18-yard line. Just went over the bar. He tried to place in the top corner, it was very close.
How many minutes have been added on in your game?
8 minutes.
8?
So onto the... Yeah, and it's the 93rd minute right now. Yeah.
So Kudos, in the last 3 games, has got an assist in every single game. Unreal.
Oh. Penalty appeals here? No.
For who?
Antonio. Oh. Antonio played that cross goal at Paquette and he just missed the ball. Sam was so close to scoring a winner there.
Do you think that... I mean, Haaland... Here we go. Man City in the attack at the moment. Can it be defended well? Is De Bruyne? Tries to chip it over. Gone out. No, gone out. Let's just put it this way. I've been more excited by what I've seen in the last 2 minutes in this Liverpool Man City game than I was in the whole of the bloody Aston Villa match. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne there. Oh, that would have been a right cheeky goal. Trying to dink it over. Long range effort from De Bruyne again. Kelly, a save. Good Lord. Liverpool don't know what's hit him. Jason De Bruyne looks on it today.
Oh, it's a lovely cross. Oh man. Paqueta left like a lovely through ball to Southcheck and he tries to head it.
If we get a draw today, well deserved.
I think overall I think I do think only for a lot of the game, especially I think Charlie Taylor against Kudus and against Bowen, he's done really well, and I think Burnley missed a few decent chances as well, and that first half they definitely deserved their lead. So yeah, but I think West Ham, they'll be disappointed too with the offside goal. I think if Antonio started this game, I'm pretty sure West Ham would have won it. It's one of those. But
Man City have a corner.
They've kept Bowen quiet though, which is an achievement.
I think I've got the captaincy on Bowen next week, and I think I'm going to keep the captaincy on him. Dangerous corner, cleared by Liverpool. Now here comes Nunes charging forward. Does he get past? No, doesn't get past Silva.
Oh, Danny smacked the bar.
How long's left? 3
minutes. There's almost a similar shot on the turn. He swivels and hits a shot, a volley, and it hits the bar. Yeah, knocked down to him. Yeah, it was a really nice shot as well. Yeah, West Ham are the pressure on.
By the way, there's nothing happening in the Brighton game. In fact, it may as well just end 1-0 now. How many more minutes left, Danny boy?
Ooh, 2 minutes. Fafana made a good run there and tried to cut it back to Sander Berger, but got cut out by Alvarez, I think. Would have been a goal, I think, if Alvarez didn't get in the way. It's quite end to end right now.
Well, let's just put it this way. Man City are up for this match, and what I've seen so far is that they're looking to get the early goal, and I can see it coming. I think Liverpool really do need to have one of the best defensive games of their life. Oh, what are you doing? The hell was that? Was that Bradley? Bradley trying to be too clever. Thankfully, didn't come to nothing when De Bruyne closed him down. Yeah, Man City all over Liverpool, and Liverpool really do need to make sure that they have no defensive lapses like they did 2 seconds ago with Bradley.
Must be because nobody else can take them, but I don't know why Antonio's the one putting a long throw in for some reason. I don't know why he's not in the box.
Coming to drawing of trying to find Erling Haaland there. You say about McGinn being pinnacle for Aston Villa, McAllister for Liverpool, I think, is another key.
Sorry, it's a great chance here for Burnley. Going to take it. Oh, Sander Berger played that across the brown hill, and the keeper saved it. It was a great chance to win the game there in the last kick. Yeah, what were you saying, sorry?
No, I was just saying that I think that McAllister is one of the key components to Liverpool's success this year, like McGinn for Aston Villa.
Yeah, he's had like that.
And that is it. Brighton have won 1-0.
Yeah, it's full time in London as well, West Ham.
Well, I'll take the point. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Danny boy, I've got to get out of here because we're doing Sunday surgery later, and I want to watch this match. So just a Liverpool on the attack. Bradley with a cross.
Take care of that for Burnley.
Nearly. Right then, Danny boy, really do appreciate you coming on tonight, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I'll see you there.
Cheers, dude. There's Danny boy there. Thank you for him for covering the West Ham versus Burnley game, which ended 2-2. The Brighton game ending 1-0. Aston Villa losing 4-0. McGinn being sent off was really the main talking point in that game. And now I'm about to watch Liverpool versus Man City. As ever, really do appreciate everybody joining me involved in this watch along today. It'll be all free hit chat later. So I'm probably going to be going live approximately 6-ish, give or take. Thank you for everybody. Make sure you are hitting the subscribe button. Make sure, more importantly, if you've enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. Cheers all, and I will see you tonight for Sunday.